Yo 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 what's up? What's going down? What's popping? How we doing? How we feeling? How we feeling today? We are here on the post game show from the New Orleans game yesterday in New Orleans. Happy Monday. Unfortunately, we can't say victory Monday, but I hope you all having a great Monday today. You know, um, how we feeling? How we doing? How we doing? Everybody good? We good? We straight? Y'all know how we do. We come here like around 24 hours after the game. Once those emotions of the loss or the emotions of the win have settled down a little bit, we check in. We do a little therapy session, especially when we lose. It be therapy sessions when we lose. So we here post game show. How we doing? How we feeling? We also gonna do our player grades also. So that's on tap as well. We're probably gonna do a little film session also today as well. Monday film session. Just like the regular Falcons probably do. We'll probably do a little film session also. But how we feeling, man? How we doing? How y'all feel 24 hours after the loss? You know what I'm saying? You feeling it better? You feeling it worse? You know what I'm saying? How we feeling? How we feeling, man? Also, we're gonna get to our topic too. I'm not gonna spend a long time on the topic. Just something I wanted to talk about. Plus, YouTube requires that you put a topic in there. So that's what we got. Matthew Judon. Y'all already know how I feel about Judon. Justin Simmons. Are they washed? Are they washed? Did we buy some lemons from the lemon lot? Were they available for a reason? Did the Patriots trade Judon for a reason? Was Justin Simmons available all that time in free agency for a reason? We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. Before we get to the discussion, man, let's get into the chat real quick. We got our boy Keon in the building. It says, put Grady Jarrett on the title too. Oh, he banging on Grady. Do we need to add Grady Jarrett to this discussion too? Bluff it. We'll talk about it. Is Grady Jarrett watched also? Is he watched? Is Judon, Grady Jarrett, and Justin Simmons, are all three of these guys washed? They all on the other side of 30, so are they washed? Do we got a defense full of a lot of washed up players in important positions? We got our brother Rusty Moore is in the building. What's going on, Rusty? Rusty also says add Grady to the list. Golly. So maybe I should have added Grady to the list. He said add Grady and Amiyamata to the list. Kirk is damn close to being on the list as well. Don't do Kirk like that, Rusty. I feel like I'm watching 2020 Matt Ryan. We're not in a great spot with some of these old players we got. So Russ is another person that said, hey, man, you need to put Grady in there. David Amiyamata. David and Grady, man, I like them both, especially Grady, of course. I had really never came across a Falcons fan that did not have a lot of good things to say about Grady. Well, Grady has never been polarizing. Julio Jones he became polarizing at the end. Matt Ryan, he was always polarizing. Grady Jarrett, people just always liked him. So, but with that said, him and David Amiyamata up front, valid to put him in here. We got a dog. Ghost Peppers is in the building. What's happening with you, Ghost Peppers? Appreciate you coming through. How you doing today, bro? What's going on? How your Monday going? We got our brother Daniel Berry Sports Highlights also in the building. Appreciate you always coming through, Daniel. Hope you having a good Monday so far today. We got our guy Larry from the Dixon Way is in the building. Make sure that you follow Larry and his lovely wife Shonda at the Dixon Way all over social media. I would say subscribe to them on YouTube. That's really doing them an injustice. They're everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, everywhere. So, just search the Dixon Way on all your social media platforms. Make sure that you follow them or you do subscribe to them. He says, what's up, Toddy? Well, Zach Bobo. Some of y'all won't catch that joke, but me and Larry know what he's saying. Will Zach Bobo get the run established first against the Broncos, who has a very good secondary, or will we play into the Broncos' hands? That's a good question. I'm really not sure. Is the Falcons' game plan offensively? It kind of seems to change with every game. Also, it seems to change based on what they're having success with or what they're not having success with. Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, they both played great yesterday. They both were very, very, very productive. Both were very efficient. I think Bijan averaged about 5.8 yards per carry. He had almost 120 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Without looking, I think Tyler Algier averaged about 5.4 yards per carry. And he had about 51 rushing yards. Those stats may be a little bit off. Like I said, I'm not looking at it, but I think that's right. Larry also says, smash the like button. Please smash the like button. And also thank you for that as well, Larry. But yeah, y'all, please hit that like button. That's one way that you could definitely help all of us creators out here on YouTube. Is by hitting that like button. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, just subscribe to the show. Also, I definitely do appreciate that. We got Coach in the middle. What's happening, Coach? Coach in the house. What's going on today with you, Coach? Hope you're doing good. And also, happy Veterans Day to Coach. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there, man. Salute you. Thank you very much for your service, man. We definitely do appreciate that. Coach says, as I have said since the end of last season, Grady needs to be traded. And are you ready to finally hold Raheem Morris' feet to the fire for the trash both his coordinators put on the field? I tell you what, Coach, when we get to the film session, when you come up here, hey, man, we can talk about it. We could discuss it. We could definitely discuss that in detail once you get on the show very, very shortly. Jamar, what's going on, brother? How we doing today, man? Hope your Monday is going great, man. I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you coming through. Larry says, I like Simmons, but Judon is the limit for sure, unfortunately. Larry also said David Amimata is washed. So, man, y'all telling me we got a lot of washed players on defense. Woo. Coach says, unfortunately, I hate to be the dead drum, but I think they are a byproduct of bad coaching. So Coach is coming from a different perspective. He said they are a byproduct of bad coaching. Dante Trice in the building. What's going on? Says add cool non kicking that. Man, cool boy, man. Woo. Yeah, they Falcons fans been on cool neck these last 24, 25. Well, these last 22, 23 hours since the game ended. But tough day at the office for Young Way Cool, man. Strapped up in the house. What's going on, strapped up? Says, what's good, Ty? I hope all is well. All is beautiful, man. Hope everything going good with you today. Because I think we will need a pass rush, the greatest kind of wash. Ooh, y'all getting on Grady today. And so is Judon, who is also wise, bro. He doesn't perform well this week. We may need to get a new kicker. I can agree with that, man. I can agree with that. I remember I said in our old ABG group, the original group last year, that we probably need to start looking at some new kickers. I said something to that effect that Koo ain't what he used to be. And this was last season. And man, they tore me a new one. They tore me a new you know what in the group. Boy, they lit my ass up for talking about Koo. I wish I still had the receipts, because I probably would pull those receipts. But since Facebook took down the original group, I can't go back to those receipts. But I spoke about this last year, I think every year since 2021, I think Cool's field goals percentage has went down. And don't get me wrong, he has won some games for us, no doubt. But in a sense, that's his job. In a sense, that's his job. When you become unreliable as a kicker, man, all that nostalgia stuff and all that, everything you've done in the past, man, it's hard to give you a lot of weight for that because you only got one job. You know what I mean? You only got one job. It's not like you're a running back where maybe you're not as fast as you used to be. So maybe if you're a running back who's lost a step or two, maybe you don't run the ball as much, but hey, you still a damn good blocking pass protection. So hey, we still got some use for you. Now we're gonna bring this young cat in here to run the ball when we need to run it, but on obvious passing situations, hey, we can stick you in there, man. Wait for you to still get a check, still contribute to the team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you're a kicker, man, you become unreliable and it's different. It's different. So hopefully Cool get back on track. I hope so. Larry from the Dixway says, I love Grady as a Falcons player, but I said we should have cut him to save $12 million on the cap, but people's mad at me. Man, some Falcons players that the fans just love. They ain't gonna let you say nothing bad about him. Grady Jarrett is one of those players, man. Grady Jarrett is a universally loved Falcons player, so people are very protective of Grady, and that has been a discussion. I know we talked about it on here before. Coach has been very vocal about it. I think I had a discussion about it maybe about 2 years ago. I think it was. Looking at the money that we could save by either cutting him or not re-signing him. But hopefully they can patch this together these last 7 or so games. Miss Lisa in the building. What's going on, Lisa? How we doing today? Hope you are doing well. Happy Monday to you. Says we need consistency from this team. Losing to teams we shouldn't isn't good. We can't go into the bye with 2 L's. Beating Denver is important. I still want double-digit wins this season. I agree on all fronts. You got to have a bounce-back game against Denver. You need to look good against Denver, too. Let's go in there and have a game we win by at least 10 points. And, we ain't sitting here having anxiety and panic attacks in the fourth quarter. Can we just play a complete game and have a dominant win one time this season? For our mental health sake. Let's see. Winston throwing in the building. What's going on with you, Winston? From the Eye Test, y'all make sure to check out Eye Test here on YouTube. They come on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe to their channel. Him and his tag team partner, John Harris. He says, what's going on, Bucket Chat? Smash that like button. Please do smash the like button for me. I definitely would appreciate it greatly. Appreciate you, Winston. John Kip is in the house. What's up, Tyler? Judon, Grady, Simmons, Amimata are all washed up and all over 30. Banging on them old dudes. John Kip say, F the BS. Like, look, these dudes old. They washed up. He pretty much said, Tyler, don't just put 2 players up there, bro. Put all these washed up old dudes up here getting his money. Judon, Grady, Simmons, and Amimata. Ooh. Man. But you got a valid point, though, John. You do have a valid point. And it's disappointing as a fan to see. It is real disappointing. I thought Matthew Judon was going to come in here and ball for us. If I'm being honest, you could kind of see the Grady fall off even before he got hurt last year. You saw that coming. You saw that coming. He had become slower. He had become less productive. Justin Simmons, man, I thought he was going to be balling too. I was so excited about him. And, bro, He has yet to show me really much of anything. I gotta be honest. He ain't showing me much of anything. Let's see. We got Blue Coffee in the house. What's going on, Blue? Falcons trenches is weak. On defense, can't rush, stop, and run. Sadly, I gotta agree with you, Blue. Blue, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I would love for you to say that, and I just come in here and just argue back and forth with you and debate back and forth with you. I ain't got nothing. From what I see in these first 10 games, you absolutely right, bro. And I wish you were wrong. I wish I could sit here and go back and forth with you for about 5 minutes. But when you're right, man. Blue says plus cool is the same. BS got us one F job to do and one effing job to do. And he missed 3 field goals in an important game. Yeah. You ain't got but one job, cool. Do your job, bro. Throughout us title, do you think our defense got exposed against the Saints? Against the Aints, my bad. No, actually, man. I think the total opposite. I really think strapped up. I think the defense did enough to win that game. I'm not gonna say they played great, but to me, the defense played. I'll give him a pretty good game. You know, you only surrender 20 points. In the second half, they were dominant. New Orleans got nothing in the second half. They got 3 points, 89 total yards. And even in the first half, our offense left the defense out to dry a lot of times in the first half in situations that ended up for points for New Orleans by not being able to establish any kind of drive on offense and us having to punt and giving New Orleans the ball around midfield at least twice in the first half yesterday. Now, granted, we didn't get any sacks, we didn't get any interceptions, but when the time called for it, the defense stood up to the challenge. I know we let Scantling get off on us, 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. But other than that, man, I think the defense played one of their better games this year. I mean, this year, yesterday. I think the offense got exposed. If we gonna say anybody got exposed, I would put that on the offense more than anybody else. They're the ones who didn't put adequate amount of points on the board, in my opinion. Don, what's happening, bro? Judon wasn't worth the third we gave up for him. No argument for me. You know, I said I was gonna give him at least 10 games. 10 games was yesterday. They've limited his snaps, and I don't know, man. Like I really thought we'd get better production from him, and he might just be washed up, man. He's 32 years old, and that's y'all watch sports. Y'all know in sports, one day you got it, the next day you don't. He might have just hit that point of his career where he got older, he got injured last year, and he ain't been able to bounce back from it. I'm highly disappointed, man. Because, boy, I was so happy when we signed him. I'm highly disappointed. Carlo, what's up, bro? Guy too, Sean Payton want to get us. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forget about him. Definitely. He gonna try to run the score up on us. So we owe Sean Payton. We need to take our frustrations out on Denver. I forgot about. How did I forget about Sean Payton? I forgot he was in Denver, man. Blue Compass is great as my guy. He lost some weight and looks weak to me out there. I'm just saying, going off what I see. I like Grady as a person, man. I think he's been the epitome of a great leader as he has entered the veteran part of his NFL career. He's been the ultimate professional in terms of what every NFL team wants to have as a veteran in their locker room representing their team. Whenever it's time for us to recruit free agents, Grady's always taking them to dinner. He's from the Atlanta area, so that's another component to it. So it's tough as a Falcons fan like we are to watch him go through this point of his career where he's not the 2018, 2019 Grady Jarrett. Where we saw him, it was just like, dang, this kid is good. This kid is, borderline great. The guy that was putting Tom Brady on his ass in the Super Bowl. And it is like, every now and then you'll see a flash of that Grady Jarrett. You'll see a flash of it every now and then. And I remember Matt Ryan's last year in Atlanta. Every now and then you saw a flash 2012 Matt Ryan in 2021. That last season of Matt Ryan, every now and then, boy, he could gather himself in that pocket and get that ball off. Oh boy, Matt still got it. It's the offensive line that's the problem. It's the coaching that's the problem. But the vast majority of the time, you just saw an older player whose best days were well behind him. And fortunately, Grady Jarrett is probably at that point in his career. Do I think the Falcons gonna trade or cut him? I'm gonna be honest, no, I don't. And I might be wrong. I wouldn't bet on this, but I don't know, man. I just think knowing Arthur Blank, knowing Rich McKay, they're gonna say, man, let Grady finish out his last year. He ain't got 1 year left. Let him finish out this last year unless he wants to leave. That's just how Blank is. Y'all know Arthur loves his players, especially the players that have represented his team in the city in the fashion that Grady Jarrett has. But we'll see. We'll see. They say they said that Daryl and Terry have full autonomy now. So maybe Terry ain't got, he ain't got all this nostalgia wrapped up in the gradient. So maybe he can go in and say, hey, Arthur, he got to go, bro. I need this $16 million for the salary cap, and he ain't producing nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. The production has fell off too much the last 2 years. John and the eye test from the building. What's going on, John? John says, I want to see the defensive lineman and the 4 plays that Bijan and Algier ran out of on the goal line. There's a false narrative being spread. So when we look at the film today, John, we can definitely look at that part. And make sure again to subscribe to the eye test here on YouTube. That's family of the show of this channel. So make sure that you subscribe to them. They come on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Make sure that you're showing them the same type of love that you show us here on this show. The youngest in charge is in the building. Tay 6 in the house. Tell you how you doing, my friend. So how we doing, tied up? Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. I had to sleep it off, man. Sleep it off. Ignore all the Saints fans that I know because they lit my ass up, bro. All the shit I be talking, so they lit me up. But other than that, I'm doing good. He says, I agree. I just want to win comfortably without worrying about the opposing team creeping back up on it. Hey, Tay, we ain't asking for too much, y'all. Can we just get one comfortable win? We're midway through the fourth quarter. Okay, this game over. This game. Put Michael Penix in, man. Let Michael Penix play this garbage time. That's not asking too much. I'm saying, give us one game like that, Atlanta. Good grief. Good grief. Coach says, honestly, I think we have 2 or 3 wins left. So what are we now? 6-4. So that'll put us at 8 or 9 wins. I hope we at least get the double digits. I'm gonna stand by my prediction. Even with yesterday's loss, I'm sticking at 11-7. I'm gonna stay true to my prediction. Jay Ross, what's going on, bro? Just was hoping to break the habit of us picking up players past their prime. Yeah, that was like a old joke about Atlanta being a retirement home for veterans past their prime. You know, we saw that a lot. I even remember back in the days when Eric Dixon came here and got one last check. Steven Jackson, oh man, we've seen it time and time and time and time again. Oh man. Uncle Steve in the building. What's going on, Uncle? Y'all make sure to check out my old Uncle Steve here on YouTube as well. I'm sure a lot of you are subscribed to him, so make sure if you're not subscribed, show him a bunch of love here on YouTube also. And check out the Monday Minutia, which is going to be following us right here today. We did not get to hear from Steve yesterday, so I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say. So right after we're done, make sure to check him out here on the Monday Minutia here on YouTube, Uncle Steve's Lounge. He says, "What's up, brother? Fans are hot as they should be about Cool. But just a reminder that without him, we would be 4-6. Bad game. But if Justin Tucker can slump, so can young Ho Cool. Relax. Y'all, so Uncle Stevenson, relax, chill out. We not gonna throw Cool out with the bathwater right now. You know, he's done a lot for the team this year, previous year. So relax. Let him work his way out the slump. You know, it goes back to, you know, I'm not sure how many of you watch baseball. I don't watch as much as I used to, but you know, I still, you know, mess with my braids real tough. But you know, hey, great hitters go in the slump sometimes. Even the great Tony Gwynn, and I'm not saying young way Cool, rest in peace, Tony Gwynn. I'm not saying he's Tony Gwynn. Hey, you know, every now and then Tony Gwynn went in the slump and he had to work his way out. So hopefully that's gonna be the case for Cool as well. Let's see who else we got in the building. We got our brother David Starks in the house. What's up, Tidy? What's going on, David? How you doing today, brother? Once again, we've been fleeced by the Patriots. Oh man, don't do us like that. I gotta blow the horn on that one. Judon has been disappointing, to be nice, and Simmons has only one good game, a waste of $8 million. Hey man, David, like I told somebody else, I think it was Blue. Bro, I wish I could disagree with you, man. I wish I could disagree with you, but I know y'all tired of me talking about Matthew Judon, so I ain't gonna keep boring y'all about him. But Justin Simmons, like, I'm just not seeing it with him. You know, I've been waiting. I've been like, okay, ain't gonna say nothing. This new team, you know, he got to get acclimated with his players, build up some chemistry. But I'm like, bro, come on. You know, you giving up some big plays that are turning into touchdowns, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm like, this guy supposedly was supposed to be a premier safety in the NFL, and we acquired him. So I'm just not seeing it yet with Justin Simmons, man. And I'm starting to become impatient. Like, is he washed? You know, was there a reason he was sitting there in free agency as long as he was? You know, so I'm not seeing it with him. I'm just not. I'm starting to get buyer's remorse. Like Dave would say, wasted $8 million. Hey man, we could have possibly put that somewhere else on the team. But I'm not seeing it with this guy, man. Really not. Dobson, his 10-game contract expired title. We came to bang. You're right. Hey, we said we're gonna give him 10 games before we went out the deep end. That expired yesterday. Oh man. I'm disappointed in Judon because I had my hopes up. I had my expectations high. I was like, yeah, this man finna come here. He gonna give us at least 8 sacks. You know, coming from the Patriots. You know, this man gonna come in here and give us at least 8 sacks. And man, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what happens sometimes. But some of these players come to Atlanta and it just don't happen. But like somebody else said, you know, it's probably just a timing thing. You know, we were signing guys that are just out of their prime. And they don't have that same strength that they had when they were 26, 27. Don't have the same athleticism they had when they were 26, 27. Just like us. Y'all know, for my older viewers, your body felt a whole lot different at 25 than it did at 35. And for us that are in the unk status, the young kids call us unk. Your body feel a whole lot different at 45 than it did at 35. That's just life. So maybe that comes with the territory of getting old and age, and that's why football, especially for the very most part, I know you have a rare exception here and there, like a Tom Brady, maybe a John Elway, but they play quarterback, so it's a little different. But that's why football is the ultimate young man's game, man. Like, you need these cats at 22, 23, 24, 25, man, who in the prime of their athletic lives. Because it's a sport that's predicated on moving, getting hit, recovering from getting hit. It's all about physicality. And I'm not trying to say that there's no point in the game when you got to think and use intelligence, but it's a contact sport, bro. Your body, this is all about attrition, bro. Like, how much contact can you take? Survival of the fittest. That's football, a barbaric sport, man. B Lane in the house. What's up, B? Everybody showed up except Cool. Cool let us down, man. He really let us down, and you could tell at the end of the game he took it hard. And I give him credit; he took full responsibility for it. He said, "That's on me." I'm sure y'all saw now the viral pictures or the viral video of Arthur Blank, consoling him after the game, patting him on the helmet, saying it's okay. Now that there are some people that say when Arthur Blank, give you that means he on your way out the door. Some people say that means that means you're on your way out the door with Arthur Blank. Coach said, not tough for me. If you don't produce, you get the boot. Period. He shouldn't be here. Should have been traded way too long. I think you're talking about Grady Jarrett. Anthony White is in the building. What's going on, Anthony? I'm just glad Terry Fontenot didn't sign Judon and Simmons to a contract extensions. Great to hear. Me too. I'm glad he let's see how this plays out before he extend you. So I'm glad it happened like that as well. Y'all please keep the comments going, man. Let's go ahead and get to the player grades also. Excuse me. Let's get to the grades real quick. Then we're going to do our film session. Then we're going to get out of here. Y'all know how we do on the player grades, man. We grade the players on a scale of 0 to 10. For those of you who maybe know 0 means you trash, you garbage. You don't need to be in the league, much less on this team. Turn your helmet in and go find something more productive to do, because you should be playing football. 10, perfect game. Keep it up. You will one day be an NFL Hall of Famer first ballot. So 10 is reserved for absolute perfection, flawless. 0, you're an absolute scrub. You shouldn't be in the league. So let's get started. We always start with defense. So I see no reason to change it at all. Give me a second. Let me actually pull something up also. Let me pull up PFF, y'all. My bad. I did not have it pulled up. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, so let's get started with defense here. Who are we going to do first? Since we talked about him, let's start with David Onyemata. I don't think we've talked about Onyemata. David Onyemata, yesterday, he played 25 snaps. He had 4 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and he also had 2 tackles for losses yesterday. So, again, I'm going to give you his stats again. David Onyemata, he played 25 snaps. He had 4 tackles, 3 solo tackles, and 2 tackles for loss. So if you guys would be so kind and to give me, to drop your grade for David Onyemata in the chat section, and we're going to go over those also. And I'm trying to get the PFF pulled up here at the same time. So drop your grades in there for me, please. What's up, King of Loud Support? How we doing, bro? What's happening? All right, so we're doing David Amiyamada, y'all. And I'm still here. I'm just trying to get the PFF up. I don't know why it is giving me such an issue today. What the deal is. But we're going to try to make it do what it do. All right, so Raymond Collins gives him a C+. David Stark says a C, no impact, rather mid. Big Mike in the building says he gives him a C. Rusty Moores says a 6. Miss Francis in the building. How you doing this evening, Francis? She says, hi, Toddy. I give him a 6. So again, we're grading David Amiyamada, y'all. Anybody else got any grades for Amiyamada? Put those in the chat. And okay, there we go. I finally got the PFF up. Tay says a 4. I be forgetting he on the field. I do too, to be honest. Ghost Pepper gives him a D. All right, so let's see what PFF gave him, y'all. Y'all know PFF. Sometimes they agree with us. Sometimes they don't. So man, I am having such an issue with PFF today. All right, y'all, we're going to come back to the PFF. I don't know why, but it is not cooperating with me today. All right, so let's go to our next player, and then we'll come back and we'll double back on the actual PFF grades. Who's next on the docket here? Let's do Got to do it to you, man. You played a lot of snaps yesterday, so we got to address you. Clark Phillips III. Clark Phillips played 40 snaps. That's probably his highest snap total of the season so far. He played 40 snaps. He had 7 tackles yesterday, 5 solo tackles, and that is it. So if you don't mind dropping your grade in the comment section for Clark Phillips. Again, he had 40 snaps. He had 7 tackles, 5 solo tackles. So do me a favor and let me know your grade for Clark Phillips, please. And I'm still working trying to get PFF to give me the information that I'm looking for, which is wow. All right, so B Lane gives him a Z. I think that's the first time we've seen a Z. David Starks gives him a 4. Says he got worked in coverage by MVS. That he did. Boy, Lord. Raymond Collins gives him a C-. The light bread pass is held against him. Tay gives him a 4. Says he would come up to make a hit and next play get torched for a big game. Yeah, man, that was crazy. I agree with you, Tay. Right before he got torched, man, he came up and made a big tackle. The very next play, boy, he got lit up. He got burnt. Dang, it was a rough day for him yesterday. Mike gives him a C. Taybro gives him a C+. Francis gives him a 4. So again, we are grading Clark Phillips III. Let me know your grade in the comment section for Clark Phillips III, please. PFF site just do not want to work with me today. It is frustrating to me. All right, so let's see what else we got. Rusty Moore gives him a 3. And again, we are grading Clark Phillips. Jay Black gives him a B-. And my bad, y'all. Normally we look at the PFF grades, but PFF is tripping today, man. I don't know what's up with this site. It is really tripping. All right, so let's go to our next player. I'm gonna still try to work on getting PFF to work with me, y'all. So let's go to our next person. Dom give Clark Phillips an F. Ghost Peppers gives him a D. So a real rough game yesterday for Clark Phillips, right? All right, so let's go to our next player. We're gonna do might as well, since we got him in on the thumbnail, let's do Justin Simmons. Let's go with Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons played a team high in snaps yesterday. He had 53 total snaps in yesterday's game. He had a total of 3 tackles and 1 pass defended. And that's it. And that's on the stat book for him. So drop your grade in the comments for Justin Simmons for me, and I'm going to repeat his stat line. He had 53 snaps. He had 3 tackles, 1 pass defended. So please drop your grade for Justin Simmons in the chat for me, please. Mr. Toxic Black gives him a F. But no, Mr. Toxic Black changed it, gives him a C minus. Mike gives him a D, says he was toast. David Starr gives him a 0. Get the UPS and make sure my packages ain't late this Christmas. Banging on. Rusty gives him a 4. Raymond Collins says C, still looks confused. I do agree on that. Miss Francis says a 3. Jamar gives him a D. So we are grading Justin Simmons. Any other grades coming in for Justin Simmons? Tay gives him a 1. He was out there jogging and missing tackles. Ooh, I agree with you, man. That one play when they threw the ball over top of him, I don't know what he was doing, man. I don't know what he was doing. So bad grades all around for Justin Simmons. Let's go to our next player, y'all. We got should we do anybody else on defense? Let's do Nate Landman. Let's do Big Nate. Had 44 snaps yesterday. He had a total of 8 tackles. He had 6 solo tackles, and that's it. And as we know, Nate Landman is just coming off injured reserve. I think this is his 2nd game back from being on IR. So I'll repeat his numbers or his stats. He played 44 snaps. He had 8 tackles, 6 solo tackles. So do me a favor and drop your grades in the comments for Nate Landman. Let me know what you give Nate Landman. Dom says an F. I'm assuming that's for Justin Simmons. Jay Black says Justin Simmons gets a C+. Jay Black says Nate gets a B+. David Starr says a 7, much better this week than last week. I agree. Looked like last week he might have still been nursing that injury, and it looks like he was able to move a lot better this week. So I saw improvement on that myself as well. And we are grading Nate Landman, y'all. Mr. Toxic Black says Nate is too damn slow, but everything else is good. A-. Yeah, we talked about that last night, man. His athleticism is what holds him back in a good bit of parts in today's NFL. I wish he was fast. I wish he was quicker, but other than that, like you saying, like he damn good, but he just ain't got that natural athletic ability. Francis says a 6. Ghost Pepper says a C- for Justin Simmons. Tay gives Nate Landman a 5. Mike gives Nate Landman a B-. Blue Coffee gives him a C+. He tried. And we are grading Nate Landman. Any other grades coming in for Nate Landman, y'all? We are grading Nate Landman. All right, so I think that's gonna be all for Nate. Let's go to our next player here. Should we grade anybody else, or should we go to offense? Let's grade our other linebackers. We'll do one more defender. We'll grade our other defender, then we'll go to the offense. Ghost Pepper says Nate Landman gets a C+. B Lane is good that he had a bad game now and against Good that he had a bad game comes now and against your rival. Hopefully everyone wakes the F up. I hope so. I'm right there with you, man. Like, get those jitterbugs out. You know, we lost against New Orleans, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and bounce back, starting with Denver. Raymond Collins gives him a C-. So we're gonna move on to our next player, Nate Lamon. Then we're gonna, Caden Ellis. Y'all, pardon me. Then we're gonna go to the offense. Cade Ellis also tied for the league, not the league, for the team lead. Damn. In snaps yesterday, he played 53 snaps. He had 10 tackles, which led the team. 4 solo tackles. That's it. You know, that's it. So let me repeat that for you. He played 53 snaps. He had 10 tackles. He had 4 solo tackles. We're grading Caden Ellis, so do me a big favor and drop your grade in the comments section for Caden Ellis, please. And then we are going to go to the offense once we grade Caden Ellis. All right, so let's see what we got here coming in. Give me just a moment. Let's see. Blue Coffee says a C. He got beat a couple times in the game. I think you might be talking about Simmons. Dom says a C+ for Nate Lamon. Mr. Toxic Black says an A-. David Starr says 7. He was solid. Shader in Washington, what's going on? Says a B for Caden Ellis. Tay says 7.5. Tackling machine and also was creating pressure, but just didn't get home. Yeah, very well said. Francis gives him a 7 also. Mike gives him a B-. Another good grade. Raymond Collins has a C. Kamara made him a piece of light bread. I think that was Troy Anderson, actually. If we're talking about the same play, I think that was Troy Anderson. Shadron Washington, what's good, Todd? Hey, man, chilling like a villain, as they say, bro. I'm doing very good, brother. I appreciate you coming through. Hope everything's going good for you today, man. Ghost Pepper says a C. All right. So any other grades coming in for Caden Ellis? All right, so let's go ahead and jump to our offense, y'all. Give me just a moment. All right, so let's do our offense. Let's start off with let's do Kyle Pitts. Let's go with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, he was targeted 6 times yesterday. He caught 4 passes for 55 yards. He averaged 13.8 yards per reception. Longest pass of the day was a 23-yard reception where he looked like a younger Julio Jones. So I'll repeat that. He was targeted 6 times, 4 catches for 55 yards, 13.8 yards per reception. Longest pass of the day was 23 yards. So drop your grade for me for Kyle Pitts in the comment section. Russell says 6. He almost sold it if Kamara didn't drop the ball. That was Ellis, not Troy. All right, so that was Ellis, not Troy. David Starr says a 7. Blocking is getting better. So again, we are grading Kyle Pitts right now. Ghost Pepper says Pitts gets a B. So a B for Kyle Pitts. Blue Coffee gives him a D. So a D for Kyle Pitts. Shadron says a B. That catch was Mr. Waffle House-ish, also known as Julio. It was definitely like some Julio stuff for sure. Francis says a 7.5 for Kyle. Mr. Toxic Black says I want to give Pitts a B. B-. He was open a lot yesterday, but he has improved in the blocking game. Yeah, I do got to give Pitts some justice. I don't know if justice is the right word. Credit. I give him credit. Credit is a better word. He was open sometimes yesterday, and for whatever reason, Kirk just was not able to get him the football. So those 4 catches that he had yesterday could have really been about 7 catches for 85, 90 yards. He got open yesterday, you know. And I saw him out there, coming out the blocks a lot better too. Tay 6 says the 8 because of the big catch that led to the Bijan TD. Also, Pitts was open multiple times and Kirk didn't look his way. Yeah, we just said that. Same thing we just said. And I don't know why, but Kirk missed him quite a bit yesterday, man. For once, Kyle was out there running hard, playing hard, and Kirk just missed him. Mike says a B, and Raymond Collins says a B-. All right, so that was Kyle Pitts. So let's go to our next player, y'all. Let's do Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney yesterday was targeted 10 times. He had 5 receptions for 96 yards. He averaged a very, very impressive 19.2 yards per catch. Longest catch of the day was for 33 yards. Let's repeat that. Darnell Mooney is who we're grading now. Targeted 10 times yesterday. He was able to get 5 catches for 96 yards, 19.2 yards per catch. And his longest catch of the day was for 33 yards. So do me a big favor and drop your grade in the comment section for Darnell Mooney for me, please. Blue Coffee says an 8. He good. He is good. He's very good. Been very good for us this year, without a doubt. Jay Black says Kirk looks to people he has confidence in. Pitts is slowly earning his trust. That's a good thing. Great thing, and that I can agree with. I definitely can agree with that. Also, A1 Forever in the middle. What's going on with your tip? He said A for Darnell Mooney. So excellent grade from Chris at A1 Forever. And also make sure that you guys are subscribed to A1 Forever. Also drops excellent Falcons content. Always consistent with the content as well. And overall a great person. If you're not subscribed to A1 Forever, do your dog a favor. Hit that subscribe button and show A1 Forever a bunch of love. Mr. Toxic Black says A for Mooney. Ghost Pepper says a B+. Okay, so a lot of good grades coming in from Mooney. Big Mike says a B+. All right. Tay says 8.5. So some great grades coming in from Mooney. Shadron says an A for Mooney, who would have thought he would have turned into a number 1. Yeah, man, that was a great acquisition for us in the offseason. Blue said that's his only weakness, Nate. I think you're talking about athleticism and speed. If so, I do agree. B Lane says defense still held Saints to 1 field goal in the second half. Still no sacks or interception. Couldn't contain Scatling. Atlanta had 25 to their 12 first down advantage. To me, that means the offense just did not take advantage of given opportunities. Like you say, 25 first downs, only 20 points. We had over 450 total yards. So to me, I put a lot of this on the offense for not taking advantage of opportunities. Francis says an 8. He was Mr. Dependable. Raymond Collins says a A. He managed to get some yak. And not the yak that you drink. He managed to get that yak. A1 Forever says Kirk did want Mooney. He saw something. Yeah, he did campaign for him also. You definitely right about that. So without Kirk, we probably don't get Mooney on the team. And Mooney has been outstanding for us. Kirk has been very, very, very good for us as well. Blue Coffin says a B-. All right, so let's go to our next player, y'all. Just a moment here. Who next on the docket? Who's next? Let's do the Champagne Poppy, y'all. Let's do the Champagne Poppy himself. Let's do Drake London next.
Yeah, Drake. Drake.
Yes, Drake. Drake was targeted a team high 12 times. He had 8 receptions, 97 yards. Man, him and Mooney almost had that 100. He averaged 12.1 yards per catch. Longest catch of the day was for 20 yards. Please drop your grades in the comment section for Drake. Let me repeat that for you guys. He was targeted 12 times. He had 8 receptions, 97 receiving yards, 12.1 yards per reception. Longest catch of the day was for 20 yards. So please do me a big favor. Drop your grade in the comment section for the champagne popper himself, Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Drake.
Big Mike says a B plus. Coach, I think is that you, Coach? I think that's Coach. Oh, Andre Davis is an 8.5. Tay says an 8. Raymond Collins is an A. Made some great blocks too. Yeah, Drake has been a good blocker since he's been on this team. So you're absolutely right about that. A1 for Elvis is A plus. Best blocking wide receiver in the league and can get you yards, yak, and TDs. So another person that's recognizing how great he is a blocking wide receiver. Y'all know sometimes wide receivers don't like to block. You know, sometimes they think they're too good to block. But that's not Drake, man. Drake has been a great draft pick. Fontenot was criticized for the Drake London draft pick, but I think Drake has silenced that criticism. Drake has been a great player for us, especially since he now has a legit quarterback. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, whenever that Michael Penix era gets here, how him and Drake, you know, will grow together, I guess I should say. False-Star Falcon in the building says A for the champagne poppy. David Starr says a 9. The seal block on Bijan. Outside run. Woo! I can dig it. He made that block and Bijan said, I got it from here, big dog. And boy, did Bijan head up that sideline. Francis says a 9. Ghost Pepper says Drake London, a B plus. Shadron says B plus for Drake, good blocker. Everybody talking about what a great blocker he is, and I do agree. Mr. Toxic Black, A plus. Drake London does it all. Let's blow the horn on that. He had a great game. He also had some good blocks leading to some good runs yesterday. Yeah. So hey, man, all great games. All great grades for Drake London. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was watching the game, I didn't even know Drake had accumulated pretty much 100 yards receiving again. So he played a great game. And like y'all are continuing to say, man, he does some stuff that don't show up on the stat sheet. He's blocking. When he ain't getting the ball, he ain't out there just playing, just playing around. He out there blocking and being productive, doing the small things that don't show up on the stat sheet to help this team win. So shout out to Drake London, champagne popping himself. Let's see who we're gonna finish with. Let's do one more guy on offense. Let's do Bijan. We got to show Bijan some love for his game yesterday. Bijan Robinson yesterday, 20 carries for 116 yards. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. Longest run of the day was actually officially 37 yards, which is a touchdown. Also, Bijan receiving through it. He was targeted 4 times, caught 3 passes for 28 yards, 9.3 yards per reception. So, do me a favor, drop your grades in the chat for Bijan Robinson. While you put your grades in the chat, I'm going to repeat those stats to you. Receiving Bijan Robinson here, he was targeted 4 times. He had 3 catches for 28 yards. He averaged 9.3 yards per catch yesterday. Longest catch of the day was for 16 yards. Rushing Bijan, 20 carries for 116 yards. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry. 2 rushing touchdowns yesterday. Longest rush of the day was for 37 yards. Do me a favor. Drop your grades for Bijan, please. Big Mike says an A plus. B Lane just says a beast. B Lane said I ain't finna get no grade. He's just a beast. I can dig it. Ghost Peppers A plus. Jay Black says hit the like button. Shout out to you, Jay Black. Yes, everybody that's watching, please hit that like button, man. Please hit the like button. It does help the channel a lot. Greatly helps us jump in the algorithm and reach new eyeballs. So yeah, do me a favor. Make sure you do hit that like button. Blue Coffin says a B plus. Miss Francis says a 9. Andre Davis is an 8 for Bijan. Finally got to see him break one. And yes, okay, that is you, Coach. Okay, cool. So Coach says finally got to see him break one. Yeah, he got that taken to the house ability also. Raymond Collins is A+. He balled out. He definitely balled out. Dirty Bird 67. Shout out to you. Says A- for Bijan. Shadred A+ for Bijan. He had 2 tubs. Yes, sir. Tay gives him a perfect 10 in the building. He said he the Aints killer. 2 TDs rushing and should have had 1 receiving TD, but Kirk missed him. Yeah. Yep. And then Kirk threw 1 pass low when he threw it to him also. False starts gives him a A. Carlo in the house has took the words out of my mouth about panics. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. But I guess I shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. But I'm looking forward to see how they end up growing together, and how they pair together. But I guess as they say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Mr. Toxic Black, Bijan is the best running back in the league. I'm not gonna argue with you, man. Even though I love me some Derrick Henry, I ain't gonna argue with you. A- because he did mess up Caleb McGarry yesterday in that one play that led to a sack. That's fair. That's fair. See, you being objective. I can definitely dig that. A1 Phelps says A11 for number 7. He said, I'm gonna give him a Julio Jones. B-Lane's ATL making Carr look decent. Has me ill. I feel you, man. You know how we do it with quarterbacks, bro. I don't know. We got to shake that monkey. Blue Coffin says Mooney is a dog. Mooney is a dog. Mooney definitely a dog. Ghost Pepper says Toddy, are we gonna grade Kirk Cousins? Hey, we can grade him. We'll do him next. In fact, we'll do Kirk Cousins next. David Starr says 10. Bijan runs just as hard as Tyler. He does. He don't get a lot of credit for how hard he runs, but he definitely runs the ball hard without a doubt. And Carlo gives him an 8. So man, great grades for Bijan. Hey man, he's really starting to propel into the NFL in terms of greatness. I don't want to over label him too early, but man, he's really getting there, y'all. He's really getting there. All right, and we got some people backstage, and I'm about to bring y'all up for the film session. We're gonna do a quick film session before we get out of here. Before we do that, we're gonna grade Kirk Cousins by special request from Ghost Pepper. So let's do Kirk Cousins, y'all. Kirk yesterday, 23 for 38 passing, 23 completions out of 38 passing attempts. He had 306 total passing yards. He averaged 8.1 yards per attempt. No passing touchdowns yesterday, unfortunately. Did have that one interception where, he made me so mad. Like, Kirk, why, Kirk? Why, Kirk? You saw that wasn't there. Hit your check now, man. Hit Kyle Pitts. But anyway, longest throw of the day was for 33 yards, and his rating yesterday was 75.1. So let me repeat that for y'all while y'all put your grades in the chat. Kirk was 23 out of 38, 306 yards passing, 8.1 yards per attempt, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Longest pass of the day was 33 yards, and his rating was a 75.1. So drop your grade in the comment section for Kirk Cousins for me, please. Let's see here. Blue Coffin says a B. I think he's still hurt. I think you're talking about Kirk. Big Mike says a D. Coach says a 7 for Kirk Cobain. That interception was not on him. As everyone says, Drake got held up and the timing was off. All right, so that may be something else we can look at here in just a moment also on the film. B Lane's the same. Career high misses at number 7, I think. David Starr says a 4. Indecisive, missed some reads. He did miss some reads, had some errant throws too, man. Had some errant throws in critical situations that I didn't appreciate. But it's kind of hard to be too tough on Kirk today because he's been playing great football like the last 4 or 5 games. B Lane says 8 out of 10, had some chances. Miss Francis says a 7.5. Dirty Bird says Kirk Cousins gets a B only because of that forced interception. False Star says Kirk D for a dud and E for man. What the hell? Okay, I can dig it. False Start. A1 says a 7 for Kirko. Ghost Pepper says he gives Kirk a C. Raymond Collis has a C for Kirk. He didn't put in all the work. I can agree with that. Kirk, you let us down a little bit yesterday, bro. I got to be honest now. Tay gives him a 2.5. Didn't step up in the pocket. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I was getting so frustrated with that yesterday, man. He just refused for whatever reason to climb that ladder, man. Get in the pocket. Was only looking at Mooney at one point in time at the start of the game. You're right. Bad game overall for Kirko. I can agree. You made some great points too, Tay. Mr. Tyson Black's a C+, tough. And that was for Kirk Cousins. So Kirk Cousins got some very lukewarm grades. I think the sentiment I got from most of y'all was like, hey, Kirk, like that when your best, bro. We don't know what you had going on. Did you go out in the French quarters on the low and have some 1-2 minute drinks? You know what was going on. But let's hope Kirk bounces back going to Denver. Y'all, that's this week's grade session. I want to thank y'all for participating. Blue Coffee gives him a A+ also. But thank y'all for participating. We're going to do a real quick film session before we get out of here, y'all. Again, appreciate y'all checking us out. And stay tuned for the film session also that we're about to do. I'm about to bring the fellas up here real quick. We got Coach in the building, John in the building. James Holloway's in the building. Fellas, how we doing?
What it do?
What's going on? Y'all like my picture?
Hell no. Well, yeah. He getting choked out. Yeah, I like it.
Hey, that's what the fan base doing to him this week for sure.
Hey, what happened in Frisco where Debo was choking out the doggone placeholder out there for missing field goals? I mean, it was a field goal fiasco this whole weekend.
I seen it. Debo's on the sideline going crazy.
Yeah, it was a field goal fiasco. Coach, where you been, man? I ain't seen you the whole weekend. What the problem is?
Man, school, man, been kicking my butt. You know how that goes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. I logged that excuse down. I'll
be trying to catch up on work. You know, try to get ahead of the work that's coming up in the week on the weekend. You know, because I still work too. So you know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
John, in other words, he can't travel across the world like you do. You retired. He still got to go out there and work. That's what he's trying to tell you, John.
Hell yeah. I'm still a slave out here.
I have to remember that because see, man, what a world.
Not all of us are 82, bro.
Oh,
yep. I don't know any company. I don't know anybody on here that is 82. 28 possibly, but not 82. But yeah. What's up, James? Take that doggone mute off, man.
Man, what's going on?
All right. Now I really wanted to see this film session today because I heard yesterday, and if you don't mind, Todd, I just want to give a little background as to why I requested the goal line play. The 4 goal line plays where we tried to punch it in for our first touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there was a narrative going on in Bird Gang yesterday. Oh, see, John, he got in there. Tyler Algier, sorry. He don't know how to do that. He don't know how to do that. But I want to take a look at the defensive alignment, the play calls, and how we finally punched it in. So that everybody can see it. Because I'm gonna go ahead and put my order in for these particular films because I definitely gonna be doing some major fussing, hollering, and kicking.
While he's looking that up, John, I can tell you exactly how it happened. The Tyler Algiers went up the middle. The B John went to the what was that? The 6.
To the left side.
Yeah,
I wanted the people to actually see it.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I saw. They went.
Well, he went to the left side, so that'd be 5. He went to the 5.
To the left side and dove over a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken, cornerback or safety versus versus Algier. Trying to drive straight up Peachtree Street. I said, man. And man, that demonstrated to me, man, if these fools don't put, and I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore as a closed down, no more further discussion reason as to why we don't have a fullback. Well, that's just what they don't do. That's stupid.
Well,
That's
I mean,
stupid.
as I've been saying, we know that we don't have the brightest in the coaching room. So I mean, I'm gonna continuously say, which makes no sense. It doesn't matter because it's over. It is what it is now. But I definitely think we would not have the issues we had now if we had went on ahead and hired Bill Belichick. But we got who we got, so I can't even really say that no more. It is what it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
Yeah,
scrolling through, Tidy?
I'm
Let me
scrolling
see.
through.
Do they have? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
I didn't pass it, did I?
Now it was in the first quarter.
No,
We
we didn't score in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think that's the second quarter.
It was second quarter. I got it on not direct TV, but YouTube TV. Let me see. Come on. It's 5:49 in the second.
All right, there you go.
Here you go, right here.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'll tell you what. Go back
only
to that play.
Only Kirko could make that throw. Bro, that was an amazing throw. For everybody who keep dogging that, man, that was an amazing throw.
Coach, you got your play action filing.
Yeah, that's what we need. You see what happened when we get it.
Now, this is real time, right?
Say it again, John.
That was real time. Oh, okay, yeah, that was real time, real speed. I just wanted to look at it. Now. He got 5 seconds. Kirk Cousins had 5 seconds to make that throw. Now the pocket started breaking down a little bit, but he had enough room, had enough time to go ahead and fling it. And I mean, Kirk Cousins has some really nice precision throws. My problem with him is that he's holding that ball too freaking long.
Well, I mean, you gotta let the play develop, man. I looked it up before Toddy started, and I didn't get to see the rank. But out of all the throws that he has, he only has 33 of 20 plus yards. To me, that seems extremely, extremely low for week 10 to only have 33. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really throw the ball.
You talking about completions or
completions of but I don't know if that's air yards or yards after catch. Like, it just says 20 plus. He has 33, so that could be a combination of he throw it for 5 yards and someone run for 20. But I would love to see air yards, but the NFL don't. They don't. That's a stat that they don't keep. So it was hard. It's hard for me to find, but I'm pretty sure we. Yeah, I looked it up. It said that they don't. That's not a stat that they keep.
Okay, because I thought the next generation stats had air yard, but I'll look, Coach. I'll look.
Yeah, now when you watching the game, it may show that, but that's not a stat that the NFL keeps.
Okay, because I thought. Okay, well, somebody does. There's somebody.
Yeah, they'll show it like when they throw the ball. They'll show like how long it went and how fast the person ran, but they don't keep that as a stat.
Yeah.
That's something you see in the game.
But see, that's the thing. When you see that in the game, I'm gonna have to look because see now there is someone other than the NFL that actually tracks air yards versus yards after catch. Okay.
Right. I know what you're saying, John. I'm just saying the NFL themselves don't track that. The
Okay.
NFL don't track that. That next generation stuff is from Microsoft.
I thought that was part. I thought it was part of the NFL. Well, at any rate, see, the only thing. All right, I guess we'd have to look at another play or some other plays, because from time to time, Kirk Cousins forces stuff. He forces stuff in places that he shouldn't. That interception that he threw in there, the Tyrann Matt Honey Badger guy, that was a forced throw.
I think
Nah,
so.
it wasn't. It wasn't. Toddy gonna show it. It wasn't a forced throw.
That was a forced.
Drake,
Why in the world?
Drake got held up, and the route was off timing. Drake was supposed to be there, but Drake got held up, and Drake tried to dive for it because he knew it was coming. It really wasn't.
Yeah, well, I'd have
really
to look
wasn't
at
forced.
Because to your point, Coach, to your point, that whole first quarter, man, they'd have thrown me out the game. They would have thrown me out the game because, see, they were holding and grabbing. They damn near undressed every receiver we had on the field in the first quarter, because it wasn't like it was incidental contact or a bump or something of that nature. They were grabbing and holding, and I was surprised they called that one on the one that Mooney got later on in the game.
Well, I mean, they
Because
had to call that one because that one's just egregious. He grabbed him and tossed and threw him out of bounds like that.
Yeah.
That was egregious.
Yeah, but that same corner, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, that corner led the league in pass interference penalty, didn't he?
No, that was a Debo or whoever, the one they just got rid of.
Yeah, they mentioned something about him just collecting pass interference penalties, and see, that's all he was doing. But my announcers on the radio, as well as the television announcers, oh, that's just sticky coverage. Man, that's assault. That was assault all day long. That was assault all day long. And see, now our receivers aren't the biggest people, so a lot of times they can't wrestle or pry their way loose from getting away from stuff like that. And see,
Right.
If I would, man, that's why I say you have to have somebody to work those officials all day long, because if you don't and you allow people to play like that, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to ever complete anything. You're not going to ever complete anything. And you know, missed passes like that, you know, that can change the fortune of your football team that particular day, you know. So, all right, now let's get to this right here. This is what we're looking at. Now, this is Algier. This is first play, right? First down, first and goal, right?
Yep, this first down.
Okay, this is first and goal. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're in the basic goal line. They in goal line.
Basic goal line.
Right.
With linebackers back there, right?
Yep.
Linebackers back there. All right. Y'all ready to let it go?
Yeah. Yep.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Man, that thing spit. That thing took off. That's good.
Look like somebody got beat right here. This is like the pressure.
Yeah, now
right
that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. If I think Lindstrom, now I always want to put it on McGarry, because McGarry and collapsed all day long yesterday.
Yeah, Lindstrom was getting pushed back a lot. He was tripping, like, not his fault. Well, it is his fault because he was getting pushed back. But people, actually, that was
McGarry.
Tight end.
That was a tight end. That was 89. That was 89 because
yeah.
That was 89.
Yeah, he got manhandled.
Yeah. See, because now the push went that way. All right, now 89 did not hold his block.
Yeah, he got
Drake
manhandled.
London held here. He had his back turned to the damn man.
Drake London actually holding too, but shit, he got away with it.
So everybody, that was a run up the middle.
They got blown up.
They got blown up. There was a run up the middle. Now, number 89, who is that? Is that who is number 89?
That's Warner, the tight end.
Warner. Okay. All right. Now Warner got turned over.
Is this the next one, Patty?
Yeah, this is second down right now.
Okay.
It's second down.
Did we run the same play?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Ran the same exact play.
Ran the same exact play. They got 56, got penetration.
Yeah, they all got penetration on that one.
Oh, the linebacker didn't get blocked.
Nope.
Yep. Came straight up in the A gap.
Yeah. Sounded.
That was a line issue. They should have called out who they had.
I think by design that
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was by design for that hole to be opened up. Algier just got to run him over.
no, see, what I was gonna say, I think by design the linebacker and I'm just guessing. I don't think he's designed to be blocked based on the I think this play is designed to be ran right here, and they're trying to get 1 yard or less. And what happened is there was some congestion right here, so Algier cut back this way to a guy who ain't being blocked at all. That's just what I'm gathering by looking at it. Watch it.
Oh, number 95 twisted him out of the play.
I don't know, Toddy. It kind of looked like.
Look. Watch number 95, what he does to the center. See that? He turns him and throws him down, then recovers. And by that, and I think Algier saw him get whipped. And by that time, that linebacker had gotten in there. If you know, y'all correct me if I'm wrong now.
Well, to me, from what it's looking like, Algier was supposed to go behind those blocks right there between the center and the guard. That play was designed for between the center and the guard right there. But
On the right side.
On the right
now that
side.
y'all say that, yeah, because if it was to the left, he would have turned left. Y'all right. You right.
That play was designed for him to go behind those guards, but when the defensive tackles got penetration, it messed everything up. So he had to make an adjustment right there. And Title was right with the aspect of Demario Davis was supposed to be free, but the play was going on the opposite side of Demario Davis. So it was just, by the time, if they would have had penetration right there and penetrated what like they supposed to, only thing Algier would have had to do was just to lean forward for the touchdown.
Yeah, but
right. We didn't get no penetration on that.
No movement. We got no movement. Cause you see number 5 throws Warner back. McGarry went on through. But got knocked down.
The thing is, John, if you look at the play very closely, the main people that's supposed to held their blocks up was the center and Lindstrom in that play. They were supposed to hold up their blocks right then and there. Because if you look at Algiers, you see what gap Algiers is originally supposed to go to. He's going into that gap, so he's going into the right gap because the blocking scheme is set up for the linebacker to be free right there. So, because the only thing if he leans forward and they penetrate, Demario Davis doesn't have time to get there to make that play because he already in the end zone. And I don't think Demario Davis is going to be touching his legs.
Right, because looks like they are starting equal distance. Both of their starting points are equal distance.
On that tackle, on that D tackle.
Yeah. But like I said, now
and the D tackle did a good job. That D tackle did a good job because for when you play defensive tackle, if you hit me, I'm hitting, letting go, boom, then I make the play.
Yeah, he met him. He met him right there at the goal line, sideways. Looked like.
Because for the simple fact it was, yeah, he
Yeah, all
let him
right. Now
he could
show
have blind
the
him.
Bijan one.
Now this is third down here, right, Toddy?
Yeah, that was third.
No, that was second.
That's
We
second.
just
Okay.
yeah, third coming up. This should be third right here. Yeah, this is third down we're about to watch right now.
That's right, because we went in motion.
I thought he scored right here, but evidently not.
He
But
did.
now this is the problem with that.
His
Because
elbow was on the ground.
yes, his elbow hit the ground because let me see. All right, so slow that down when he goes in. All right, when he goes in, who is that? Because one of those linemen grabs him. He's shedding the block. That man right there, he grabs him to where he can't push the ball across the end zone with both hands. He can't do it. Because that would have been a fumble.
Yeah. So Azir actually did smart by not extending that ball out.
Right.
Because technically he was still on top of a lineman and he wasn't technically down. So if he extend that ball out, they just gonna punch it out and
Now
call it a
see,
fumble.
now Fox Sports showed directly on top of that. They showed the angle directly on top of that, and it's like the offensive line just collapsed.
Yeah, they got whooped.
Yeah, the offensive line just collapsed right there, and he wasn't able to get in. Now the thing was, Algier was on top of a man. If he hadn't put his elbow down after all of the action finished, he could have reached the ball across after the action.
Well,
finished.
I mean, that is running, in this situation is always tough anyway, because I mean, the goal line, I mean, all you really want to do on goal line is just clog everything up, like what they're doing right there. So it makes it hard to run straight up the middle against a goal line defense anyway. But that's why the 7 and the 8 hold is so easy to get through, and which Bijan ends up running through is because it's going to be lighter on the outside than it is the inside.
But
you got to worry about all that pressure coming straight up the middle because you got all the linemen on the line. Then you got your linebackers, your corner. I mean, just everybody's right there, man. It's hard.
Now, see, that's what you're going to see in the fourth down run with Bijan. They didn't have any linebackers standing off of the line of scrimmage on that fourth down run. They just had everybody across on a single line. They had everybody across on a single line. So there was no backup to fill any gaps. Plus, he ran off. Well, you could basically say he ran off tackle. It ran into a corner. But see, they've got linebackers here to fill gaps here. And see, as I was looking at it, they whooped them. They just whooped the Falcons right there on the line of scrimmage, right there in that center of the field, like you said, Coach, gumming up the works.
Right.
And see, that's why I'd be screaming for a fullback. Man, good grief.
I honestly, John, in this situation right here, I mean, it's hard to say. In that situation, a fullback possibly could have helped, but again, a goal line in this instant right here for this play, this scenario, it's real hard to go up the middle, no matter if you have a fullback or not. You know what I'm saying? That's why that was the best move we could have done was go to the outside.
Well, and the reason why I'm saying that about a fullback going off tackle or a power O with a fullback in the backfield, any strays, that fullback picks those strays up.
Yeah, possibly.
That fullback picks those strays up. And I mean, that was power football back in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah,
that was
true.
Power football. But thing is, I just don't agree with lining up 3 tight ends on one side. All right. If you miss a block, if you can't turn your man, you have nothing behind you to help you out. You just done. You just done. Power football, you go full heavy to put a fullback back in the backfield. I mean, man, I go back. I think about William Perry. What's his name? The one we got from Kansas City that threw a TD pass. Who that defensive lineman we got from Kansas City that we got here and made him lose weight. And then when he left here, he got bonuses for losing weight here. Then he got bonuses for gaining the weight back.
Terry Poe.
Yeah. You get, man, you put somebody back there in the backfield blocking for your running back, or either give that fullback the ball and attack the line of scrimmage full heavy. But these 3 tight ends on one side on the line of scrimmage, no. Unless no. I just disagree with that. I don't like it. Single back sets on the goal line, man. No.
I do got to say this about this play with Bijan, just to point out, Bijan is actually our offensive line is going to give up the same penetration to the Saints defensive line that Tyler saw, but I gotta give Bijan the credit on his vision, because he looked and he kicked it out to the left very quickly. Like, watch what his vision and agility allows him to do on this play, because where he ended up scoring is not where the play was designed to go.
Yeah, I mean, he just made a quick decision. Before we go though, Toddy, can you see that in the interception?
Yeah, I'll show it. See, because this is what I'm saying about this Bijan play. Look, this is where this play is designed to be ran, right here up Jake Matthews' ass. Pardon me, but that's football talk. You're supposed to run it up the tackle's ass. And Bijan saw that, and whoops, now you see me, now you don't. And got in there.
Yeah.
So this was a excellent play in vision and agility that he used to get in there. All right, Coach, which one you want to see?
The interception.
Yeah, on the pass intended for Drake London.
Okay, that's like late fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, it's like right before it's late fourth quarter.
Okay, so we got to go toward the end. This is probably this drive right here, I bet. Yep. Which angle you want to look at it? That way or the other angle?
That way probably is the best.
So I can follow London's path.
He right here.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? He got held way more than 5 yards, which threw the timing off. He was supposed to be there. He's still getting held. He just released him as soon as he turned. And for people that saying Kyle Pitts was open, there's a linebacker right there waiting to jump that.
No, Kyle Pitts is open, Coach. Look at this.
Yeah, as soon as you throw that ball, he gonna jump it.
No, not if you throw the ball out here. He can't get there.
He can't get that. If he throw it on the outside shoulder, he throw it on that outside shoulder, he ain't getting that.
He can't get that ball.
Yeah, outside shoulder, yeah, maybe.
Because look at he ways away from there, and that other corner on that other receiver right there. Well, that's Drake right there.
Yeah,
So
that's Drake is being held right now.
so that's Drake right there. So he should have threw that ball to Kyle.
He should have. Because
He should have threw that ball.
because Kyle essentially is triple cover right here. Because to me, it looks like the linebacker is reading Kirk's eye. John, this is one of your old Matt Ryan allergies right here.
Mm-hmm.
He telegraphing it.
Yeah. And so and Honey Badger comes up to get that interception. He runs up to get that interception.
Yeah, but had he not been, I mean, it's all hindsight is 2020. But had he not been held though, that to me that was a good. We only saying something about it because the end result. But he was held and he should have caught that ball.
And see,
we needed the yardage, and we didn't have. I think we had timeouts. Yeah, we still had. I think all three timeouts.
Well, that was a minute 30.
About a minute, 40 seconds, somewhere around there.
We still. I'm pretty sure we still had all three timeouts.
No. It was longer than that. It was longer than that because New Orleans took the ball.
Yeah, it was before the 2 minute. It was before the 2 minute.
It was way before the 2 minute warning. It was way before the 2 minute warning. So see, thing is that they had plenty of time to work the ball downfield. Okay, that little pass to Kyle Pitts. What down was that, Coach?
What, this one?
Yeah, what down is this?
Yeah, I don't remember what down it was.
It wasn't a third down.
I just know it was before the 2 minutes because on TV they were talking about should they play to win or should they run down the clock. So, and they still had the 2 minutes. So it was before 2 minutes.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Kirk Cousins, there were a couple of passes that he threw yesterday that were thread the needle passes, where you had a linebacker or a cornerback in between the man and the ball, man and the quarterback. Kirk Cousins is throwing right to that man's outstretched arm, and he's hitting him dead in the hands. It's a precision pass. It's one of those precision passes. And
man, y'all tripping. That is a good pass. He just got held up, and a great play by the Honey Badger. That's literally all it is.
But he's throwing the triple coverage, Coach. That is not a good pass.
That is, bro. It's not really a triple coverage. That linebacker is frozen. Since y'all say he couldn't make that, since y'all saying he couldn't have made it on Kyle, that he was frozen. He didn't start moving, as we seen on the other angle. He didn't even start moving till the ball is out of Kirk's hands.
But
looking in the backfield or not.
He
don't even start moving.
But the Honey Badger is staring him down.
Right.
He's watching him.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Right now, John, look at Drake London. Right now, Drake is being held. So the timing is off. So I see y'all point, but to me, had he not been held, the timing would not have been off. And this is a throw to a point pass. And it's on Drake London.
It's thrown to a spot on the field.
Right. It's on Drake London to get to said spot. But because Drake London was held and in just milliseconds, it threw the timing off. So Honey Badger was able to get there. Because if Drake was there, Honey Badger would have just it probably would have been an incomplete.
Coach, what's the easier completion? This Drake pass or this Pitts pass?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But again, as I say, hindsight is 2020. We can all say that now that we know the end result.
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, Coach, first off, that was a bad pass. Because if that was the case, I know he being held up. Kirk Cousins is seeing Drake London being held up. He's staring him down. Because if that was the case, if he wasn't staring him down, he would have hit Pitts. and looked off Drake and hit picks. They was in the zone. So with that being said, at hand they watching Kirk eyes to see where Kirk is going. That is triple coverage because you got the linebacker right there, you got the corner right there, and you got Tyron Matthew coming up watching Kirk eyes. So with that being said, at hand, big dog, that was a horrible pass by Kirk Cousins. That
Oh,
was that was outlandish. He should have looked off Drake London and hit Kyle Pitts. He
okay.
been doing that for the past 4 weeks. If
Oh,
if you look at the game that we covered last week, when Ray McLeod scored that touchdown, that was the fourth option right there.
that's exactly what I was about to say. Y'all keep saying he's staring him down.
He is staring him
That is
down.
his first option. He ain't went through his check down yet. To him, it is open. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. He ain't even went through his progression yet.
And coach, even with even him not going through his check down, that's a horrible throw because he stared Drake the whole time. That's staring at Drake the whole time. You can look and see. He thought Drake was going. He thought he was going. He had enough steam to get that ball past the linebacker, which he did, and he did not see that safety. That was horrible. That was horrible by Kirk.
Listen, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, we all know Kirk is very good at progression. He seen this immediately and like, okay, Drake is going to make it to that point. Because although they are in zone, they are also in man. They're in the hybrid because he went with him the entire way. So so for Kirk, he is looking like okay, he will be open, and he should have been open. Kirko can thread that needle right there. Absolutely, he can. His first read, that is who the play is designed for. It's his first read. He absolutely could have thrown that play. Now, if he had more time, yeah, he would have checked down. But again, we're trying to score. I mean, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It was an interception. I don't think it was a bad pass. I really don't. As I said earlier, had Drake not been held up, that would have been a completion. And we wouldn't even been talking about it right now, honestly.
Well, I probably still would have been talking about that because of the fact that, okay, you got a 5-8, let me see, from where Kirk Cousins was, you got a 9-yard completion. He's standing on the 50. Now, that might not have been the line of scrimmage, but that would have been an 8-yard completion right there. You drop, you live to fight another day. But these precision passes in the middle, especially with everybody looking at the quarterback. See, because Honey Badger was looking at him. Honey Badger was staring at him. The lineman that waved at the pass right there, you remember, you see him when he jumped up and did like that because he was trying to knock it down.
Yeah, I was just saying it.
He was trying to knock it down. So that was at least double coverage right there. That was at least double coverage. And matter of fact, well, it is triple coverage because the man who was holding him, he ran into. But see, my thing is he had okay. Let's start it off. Snap to throw. 1001, 1002, 1003. A little over 3.5 seconds.
There's 3 people in that area, so that's a triple, big dog.
That's 3.5 seconds.
Just because there's 3 people in the area, bro. Come on, man. You know defense like I know defense. That don't mean it's triple coverage, bro.
Bro, they in the zone. They watching the quarterback, bro. So
they're in the zone, but there's a man as well. They're in a hybrid.
Here, they in a hybrid and they run in particular zones, big dog. When you look at that very close, they looking at his eyes. So they are seeing where his eyes are going. He's not looking off anybody, he's not doing none of that. He's just looking at that particular receiver. So they know he's probably going to end up going in that area. So when they know he's going in that area, the coverage shifts. You know, as when coverage shifts, it's going to shift between that particular person that's getting the ball. That particular person that's getting the ball. Hold on. But
listen, bro, I understand what you're saying.
But see, if you understand that, so you know that's triple coverage at that point.
But what I'm trying to what I'm trying to get you and everybody to understand. I understand what you're saying, bro. Yes, absolutely. But the issue is, had Drake London not been held up, bro, that would be a complete pass. That's my point. That's my point. It's a spot, bro.
we understand that.
Yeah, it's a
You
spot. It's
are
a spot,
correct.
bro. Had
You
he not
are
been
correct.
held up, he would have been there. That's my
You,
whole point.
But you not seeing. We understand that, but you not seeing that Kirk Cousins is seeing his receiver being held. So why in the hell would I throw a ball in a particular area that my receiver is being held? Am
How
I
you
correct,
know?
Tyler?
Come on,
I
how do you know that he is actually seeing that though?
Because
Th-
for
th-
the simple fact it is, he already had it in his mind he was going to Drake for one. For two,
Right.
he's seeing the route that Drake is running at this point, and he sees who's on him. You see that holding right there? You see the way he has his stance stand up right there? Look a little bit closer. You see how his stance is right there?
Yeah, he about to
That
fire. He
stance is
about to
getting
fire it right
he
there.
about to fire it.
Right.
So he believed in his arm. He was a little bit too aggressive right there. He shouldn't have been.
Okay.
He shouldn't have been aggressive right there. He should have been thinking smart. He knew he had a check down. He knows the whole play. He knows what routes they run. He
All
knew
right.
there was a check down right there. Right. So
Okay.
that check
I mean,
down, that check down right there, he should have looked out Drake. Boom, Kyle right there. He knew Kyle was going to run in that particular route. He knows what all receivers who's running routes, what they're running. So he knew in his mind, boom, Drake ain't open. Boom, I need to hit. Let me see what Kyle is. Boom. If Kyle ain't open, what Darnell Moon is? Boom. If they ain't open, what my boy Ray Ray? Or even let me check down the Tyler Ideas so I can be safe and get some yardage because if Tyler runs a full route, boom, right there.
cause see, and something else. Now that I'm thinking about it. All right, Cousins couldn't have taken anything off of that throw. If all right, say for instance, Cousins is watching London. All right, sees London being held. The way that he was staring in that area and the way that the honey badger came up, he couldn't have taken nothing off of that throw to allow for him getting loose and breaking to the left. He couldn't have took nothing off of that throw because just as soon as he threw that ball, here come the honey badger. All right, now
I think
honey badger.
I think everybody is just
Hold
not
on. Let me finish.
just missing the fact that he made a great play. I mean, the man made a great play.
Right.
At the
And
end of the day,
he was drawn to the play because of the quarterback staring at that spot.
okay, all right.
Because he came wide open. Honey Badger came up there wide open, and possibly if Cousins had taken anything off of that pass, he would have intercepted it way in front of it. Way before London got there. See, so
Well, I mean, we can just agree to disagree. I don't think it was. I don't think so, but you know, it is what it
scanning the
is.
field.
The play.
This is what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins is standing there staring, and when he sees that person is covered, that's when I see him turn his head, starting to go through progression. Okay. Kyle Pitts was right there, open. You lob it to him, you got a guaranteed 5 yards.
You don't just snap the ball and immediately go through progression. You go through your first read first. So you have to let your first read sort of play out. Then you start looking at others. That's what I'm saying. Like he thought. Anyway, go to Larry. What up, Larry?
What's going on, gentlemen?
That Larry. Oh, I didn't see you, Larry. What's up?
Yeah, I just been listening to y'all. Appreciate you letting me come on tight as always. Everybody in the chat, make sure you hit the like button, man. It's a lifeblood.
Absolutely.
Please do that. Okay, first of all, this play should have never been ran. Why are we not talking about that?
That is true. Should have been a
We are
run play.
running them like a fish, running down. And the thing is, we got the ball with like 5 or 6 minutes on the clock.
Yep.
We were playing like we didn't want them to get the ball back.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying on TV.
If you're playing that way, that's what I was saying on the stream. If you're playing that way, why are you putting the ball in the air? First, Zach Bobo mistake. Second of all, or you want to call them or you want to call them Mike Robinson, whichever one. I don't care.
Hey, both of them fit.
Exactly.
Both of them fit.
Second of all, Pitts isn't the play. He's the easiest hot route to see. Run the play right now and tell me what y'all see. Look top side. Look at Algiers. If Bijan in the game, he would have swung his head around. If he see him held, he would have swung his head around because you got this safety. Look, that's touchdown. Algiers can catch that. Look at how open he is.
Yep, he
but
wide
again,
open.
No, I see him coming.
But again, that's what I'm saying.
The angle that he took. If he see Algiers again, if he see Drizzy Draco getting held, right? He could dump it off the Pitts. You know what I'm saying? Or now I know I'm just thinking if Bijan in the game. First of all, I don't think he should have threw the ball at all. But if you're gonna come up in that lineup, I was thinking they was trying to isolate. You never do it anyway with Algiers. But I think that I thought they were trying to isolate him. I was like, yes, it's working. And when he wound up, also, guys, you don't have the back angle. The ball got tapped at the line. If the ball didn't get tapped, if you watch the play from the back angle, I know it showed during the game. I don't know if they got it on this.
Yeah, the ball dude jumped up and hit the ball.
Exactly, and that's why it was late. That's why it was late. That was the only reason why.
But Dix, I understand that completely and everything like that.
It was a horrible decision. Also, yes,
it was a horrible decision as well. If you think he threw that ball, the Kyle pitched that ball tap.
Possibly.
No. I think Drake make it if it's not tapped. When you look at his trajectory, when it got tapped, that ball was going exactly where it was supposed to go. And the only reason that it went a little bit further over is because it got tapped. That's how Tyrann Mathieu got a chance to get it.
Hey, Tyler, can you zoom in with this?
No.
No.
Can you zoom in? I don't think so.
No, that wasn't
maybe no.
It didn't get tapped.
I guess that's the wrong one. I guess
no. That was through a hole.
That's the wrong play. Yeah, that's the wrong play. My bad.
That went through a hole.
Okay, that must have been the other pass play.
That went through a hole there.
Yeah, it went through a hole. No. That's a horrible decision.
Now, see,
it's a flat out horrible decision.
And show that again.
I didn't see Algier up on the top, but again, my whole thing.
I thought they were trying to isolate Algier.
But show now. See, this is the thing. Run that play, Tyler, and watch Kirk Cousins' head. Watch Kirk Cousins' head. He don't even look over there.
John, that's not how it works, brother. You don't just hike the ball and immediately look all over the field. You go through your progression.
Whoa.
Oh my God, bro.
Tom Brady used to do it all the time. When he
Tom Brady, you ain't never seen Tom Brady hike the ball and go like this.
If you're gonna run that play,
yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
I'm saying like personnel groupings. If you're gonna run that play, you have Bijan in the game. Personally, I don't think you should have ran. I think you should have ran the ball. I don't think you should have passed. But if you run this play, you have Bijan in there. But if you see him getting held, like John's saying, he's looking directly at Drake, and he threw it as soon as Drake cut, but he got held. So it's a timing play. If Bijan is in there, if he see Drake getting held, I promise you, his head swings over to the other side. And you see one-on-one matchup with Bijan and the safety trying to come up. That's barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? So all they do is put a little air on it. He did it for Kyle Pitts when he was almost about to get sacked. And Kyle Pitts moused that dude. Why wouldn't he do it there? That might have went for a touchdown. There was only the cornerback there on the other side. You feel me? See, everything, all the action went that way. I was like, okay, they're gonna go to Algier. That was where my eyes was focused. I was like,
But
okay,
yeah,
Algier is 101.
You absolutely right, Larry. It should have never been thrown in the first place. It should have been a run to. I mean, you're marching down the field.
Whoa, Tidy, what was that? When they went over there to that side like that?
I think that's the play before that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the camera whooped around. All right. But see, that's what I'm saying. He stared him down.
But see,
he stared him down.
But once you get everybody pulling like that, you get the eyes of the defense flowing to this side. You know that Drake want to work in the slot. You knew that Kyle Pitts want to work on the outside. Everybody eyes is over here. Look. And Tyrann Mathieu is straight look at Honey Badger.
Staring right dead at it.
Everybody looking at Kirk Cousins.
And they looking at Kirk Cousins, they looking at Drake. They reading their keys. That's why these two guys right here. That's why it's triple coverage. But look where their advantage is on the offensive play. In their mind, when you set up something like this, if you had Bijan in there, I knew he would go for that.
But see, man, I mean, he didn't even look over there. He didn't even look over there. And see, thing is, I've seen Kirk Cousins look a safety off. Just look a safety off. As soon as he moves him with his eyes, he throws in the vacated spot. Okay, it's too late for him to recover. But from time to time, Kirk Cousins will stick with whoever the player is supposed to be going to. He'll stick with him, and at the last minute, he'll throw it to a Bijan, might throw it to an Algier, standing still, just to preserve the yardage on the play or something. And
it's called a check down.
Yeah. And see, the thing is that if you're going to go through your progressions, and see that was close to 3.5 seconds that he had to throw. 3.5 seconds to throw. Why? You don't need that long with people that are open. And you had Algier open at the top if you had looked that way. You had Kyle Pitts open if you had even averted your eyes over to the right to see him. 3.5 seconds to throw. Now, people used to fuss about the fact that Matt Ryan didn't get but 2.5 seconds to throw. And now this offensive line, okay, now I gotta say it. These jokers are doing an outstanding job of pass blocking this year. Outstanding job. Now they get overwhelmed every now and then, but New Orleans was throwing blitzes at them yesterday, and they were holding up. But taking 3.5 and 4 seconds to throw the ball, the patterns are the routes are too long, and people are not getting open. The routes sometimes are too doggone long. Even that route to Mooney over there, that where he came from the left side and ran all the way over to the right. Beautiful pass. Ball should have been gone long time ago.
So John, are you going to soften your stand on Matt Ryan?
So basically, what you're saying is you want to see 3-yard passes.
All it was an observation.
That's what John want to see 3-yard passes.
Yeah. Hey, coach. From time to time, you burn them up. You burn your defensive line up, that opposing defensive line up with 3-yard passes. Them jokers clawing at you and can't get to you.
Right. You want to see 7. You want to see 7 points a game. I got you.
No. You mix them up.
They slant us to death. But that's the coverage that we do that.
See, that's you remember we were looking at the same video last week, Coach, and you were talking about how quick Baker Mayfield was getting rid of the ball. You couldn't get to him. You didn't have time to get to him.
Absolutely.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. you can throw 25, 30-yard passes in 2.5 seconds if you have proper anticipation, if you set them up, if you're not staring at them. Because if the defense doesn't know where you're going to throw the ball, with you just taking a 3-step drop, looking this way, boom, you see it open, you anticipate the throw it over there. Okay. But see, if you're going to stand back there and stare and wait, making bit, because see, Ty, I saw you put something up there that I always say that he was Kirk Cousins was standing back there making biscuits yesterday.
Yeah, that's where I get it from.
Doing. That's what he was doing. Standing back there, doggone patting it, putting some flour on it. All he needed to do was lay it down there on the baking pan and shove it in the oven.
Yeah, and this pass right here, man, this was a critical errant pass right here. We complete this pass. This game possibly could go another way. This was his easiest pass of the day, and I'm not used to seeing this.
Which one was this?
This is the final drive.
2003, 2004, 2005. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
You got it,
John. Who is man? Come on.
But come on, man. What?
Nothing.
5 seconds, Coach.
You got it. You right. You sure right.
5 seconds.
Please show me before that 5 seconds who was open. Show me one person that was open. Nobody's open. No, right now somebody's open. Somebody's open.
But what I'm saying, Coach, it's not Kirk Cousins. It's the play design. It's the play design.
Well, yeah, I've been saying that for weeks.
No, Coach. I'm not blaming him for the 5 seconds. I'm blaming the play design for the 5 seconds. Yeah. Because see, start that over, Taddy, if you don't mind, sir. Okay. Quick slant.
Now somebody's open, but that's still 3 seconds.
Yep, because of the play design.
Right.
Because
if that's the route, if that's the angle you're going, I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. No, I'm not blaming Kirk Cousins. I'm not blaming Kirk Cousins.
I've been saying our coordinators are trash around the board. I mean, that is what it is. Yeah, the play design is horrible. Like
hold on, very generic. I gotta disagree on this play. You look at the pass blocking assignments from the line, and then the fact that your number one wide receiver is wide open, and you got 5 yards to pass. How can we come to the?
I think this was the play. I think this the play that Larry was talking about. I think this the play that it got tipped.
Can you go down to the line level?
Yeah,
go down field level.
Probably mix up the. All right, let's see if this one was a tap one. One of them was a tap one. I know that.
Oh, maybe not.
No.
I know one of them got tipped. I know that.
I mean, I remember seeing that one on TV, but I don't think this is the one. This is just him missing a wide open guy.
Yeah, that was
early in the game. That ball got tipped. That was early in the game. That ball got tipped. I think it was around second or third quarter.
That was low. That one that you just showed, Tidy, was low. The one to Bijan when he was butt naked out,
low.
Flat was low. And then the one the prior week, he was selling it. So it think like it was a mental thing. I got to get my balls low. I get my balls low because they were selling. That's great hurt.
Look at the blocking assignments here. They have Kyle pitch. Hey man, you stay in. You chip for a second, then you go out. And I'm not sure. I can't tell who this is right here, but he has the same blocking assignments. That's why Kirk has so much time on his play. Look at Pitts. Look at this guy right here. This is why he has so much time.
Okay.
They only said 4.
Yeah.
Oh, they really. A big cow got in the way.
Yeah, that was just a badass throw. That definitely was all Kirk Cousins. That's a horrible throw.
And see, my thing is that on that throw, how do you mess that throw up?
Just a bad throw.
How do you mess that throw up with all that time? Yeah, I mean, he firing it too, Jack. Yeah, I mean, he firing it.
So with that throw, I see what Kirk was doing. With that throw, he's trying to throw it to the lowest point to only
So
his receiver can catch it. And the thing was, he did it too low, and that's why Drake went to the ground because he threw that ball too low. If he throw it at an accuracy at a point that he throws the ball low, then technically Drake is just like that other play.
That's that same play. Hey, James, that's that same play.
It is the same play.
If he throw it low, if he don't throw that ball too low, then he'll hit Drake in stride, and Drake be going up the field.
That's why the honey badger dropped.
I think you kind of right.
It's the exact same play.
Yeah,
that's
because
the same play.
Yeah, because
Honey Badger wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think you're right, James, because I think he threw it low so that he already be on the ground. Because at this point, it's crunch time. It's I think we under a minute at this point.
Yeah, so when quarterbacks go through the motion and have practice and everything, they call it high point. If you see them throw a ball high, that's high point. He was trying to low point that ball. He should have hit Drake around his stomach. If he hit Drake around his stomach, Drake can catch that ball to his body and he can go straight up the field. By him throwing that ball too low around by his thighs to his knee, then pretty much at hand he had to get down. He had to get down with the get down, as we say in the SEAL.
Okay, look at the top of the screen.
Got Ray.
Yeah. Follow. Who is that? Right there. Yeah, right there.
It's Ray.
No. Man, I started over time because my eyes got confused.
That's Ray at the top right there. If you talking about blocking wide, that's Ray.
No. The receiver that goes downfield and breaks toward the outside.
That's Mooney.
Mooney. No, the underneath was open. Kirk never looked on that side again. But see, he was a little bit better covered on that one. Like that right there when Ray came out and went to the flat, he was covered. On the Algiers play, see what happened was on this play, Judon came in here and gave an excellent block. That's why they didn't get to him. Because he's the one that did the chip. Like, oh no, he didn't. He went to the flat. My bad. All right, so yeah. He went to the flat. So basically, Bijan faked like he's gonna chip because he's an excellent blocker. Went out to the flat, but two people can cover those two right there. That was the correct play right there, actually, for Kirk. He just
didn't complete it. Yeah,
he just didn't complete it. Threw the ball too long.
Yeah, the blocking was there. He was wide open, so it's hard to say that was a bad route design if the guy open. He just don't complete the pass.
That wasn't a bad, but again.
Oh yeah, no, he fumbled the bag on that. I'm talking about as an overall whole. The play calls in this game was atrocious, just overall, and it is week after week.
I think our preparation coming into the game and us being oblivious of what they're going to try to do to us offensively and defensively. Now, of course, you got a new head coach. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do something different. Just to break the tendencies of how they lost the last game.
But who does that fall on, Larry? To prepare
them. You already know who that fall upon.
Yeah.
Raheem.
Let's see this. This is the sack.
My only concern is we don't learn from our mistakes from victories.
No adjustment. How long have I been saying that?
Hold on, I just seen something, y'all. I was ready to blame Jake, but let me look at this again.
And it's always coming from his blind side. Every time he gets a sack fumble, it's from his blind side.
I can't blame this on Jake. I got to blame a quarterback again right here, y'all. I'm sorry.
Taking too long.
Right. Right now, at this point, you got two guys that are open. right
And
now.
see, London
Put
open
your
right
cursor.
now. Look
Put
like
your
it.
cursor
Yeah,
on
they're
who's open.
right
Here
there.
and
Okay.
here.
Yeah, all should have been gone.
That now
No,
that
no,
one
no,
is
no, no.
open. The other one is not open.
That's
If
here?
not
that's
open.
If he
no,
throws the ball, if he throws the
The
ball
ball is
prior
already
to
going. Yeah,
okay,
This
all
this
right,
guy's
hey,
open.
start it
not
over.
open.
This
That's not
guy's
open
open.
right there.
Okay, start it over.
Both
Start
of
it
those
over.
guys open.
nah,
No.
both of them not open, bro.
Nah, both
Hell
of them
no,
open. That's a pick.
We'll see.
If he
for
threw that,
sure.
you got to throw it right now.
Now, throw it now to that
So you-
spot on the field right there.
And Drake got to cut his route short.
Like I said, on this play, you got two guys that are open. I can't blame this on Jay. You got two guys that are open on this play.
Okay. Did he turn his head at all?
Let me see the play all the way
No,
through. Let me
he
see
didn't.
the play all the way.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna start all the way through.
Yeah, start all the way through.
So, boom. I'll say, Tyler, I'll say one person is open.
Yeah, and even
Matter of fact,
him, even the
let me
one
look
that's
at it again.
open,
Let me look. Let me
That
look.
is wide open.
even the one that's open never turns his head around.
That's
True.
on, but that's still on Kirk though.
But
That's on
even if
Kirk.
he was a lollipop right there, none of them could have recovered.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got
Drake
two guys
is not-
open still open.
I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
Drake is open.
Drake is
I don't think
open.
Drake is open.
Cause see,
Drake
a
is not
quick
open, bro.
Watch Drake.
Hey,
Drake is not open. That's a pick.
London,
If he ain't throw that
London,
ball earlier, that's a pick.
if that had been a slant,
Like right here, yeah, if that was a slant, he was open. But when he ran right there, like if the ball ain't out right here, it's going right into that.
Okay.
linebacker
So
right there.
question, y'all. Question. Right or wrong? Does Kirk not know what route that Drake is running?
Yeah,
He should.
yeah.
All right, so
And he should know
another question,
coming
real
into
quick,
play.
another question. Isn't this a point where you throw an anticipation pass?
yes, a pinpoint
Yes.
to the location. Yes.
Yeah.
One more question. If y'all agree with both of those, how can you say that Drake is not open?
Because
that linebacker-
even to throw a pinpoint pass, his head needs to turn around to know that he's throwing that ball.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Because
I can't ever finish, so you're right.
Because by the time he turns his head around, the ball can be there.
If it's a read option, if it's not a read option, Drake isn't going to turn his head around. The only open play on that by design is actually brilliant to get to Bijan. Bijan got space. If he throw the ball right now to Bijan, he got space. Who's around him? There's nobody within 5 yards of him on either
He
direction.
cutting up into between three defenders.
That's what I'm saying. Like Kirk,
Let
that
me
ball
see.
been out to Bijan.
You mean
Bijan,
Kyle, don't you?
there's nobody within 5 yards of Bijan.
You mean
That
Kyle,
play was
don't
designed to
you,
get.
Larry?
Oh,
You
well,
mean
Kyle.
Kyle?
Kyle.
Whoever, yeah, Kyle. My bad, Kyle Pitts. I can't. I got it on a little monitor, so Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he's button.
Cause see, and
He's
I'll
literally
still
butt-naked. He
now
is
I will still
so
say
butt-naked.
I will still say that if the ball is designed for you, if the ball is designed for you, and you know that play is designed for you, you can lure that defender to keep going with you until you decide to turn around and catch it.
But
At
Kyle
the very
looking
last
back
minute.
already.
If
Kyle's
you
looking
put it,
back already.
huh?
Kyle is
So
looking
Kyle-
back already. Kyle's already looking back. I'm sorry, I was calling out the wrong name. Kyle Pitts is already looking back. He read the hot route. Look, Cal, head around. Ball should have been out.
Yeah, now he's open. Yeah, absolutely. That's what. Yeah,
Kyle
he's
is
open, but
butt-naked. That's why
whoever else
Brock
is definitely not open.
Yeah, Kyle lined up on the line like we want him to do. Boom, tight end move. He's open. Got it. Swung his head around, waiting for the ball. Saw him
For
coming.
sure.
He should.
Yeah, he
And see-
definitely should have got it.
And plus the
he
fact
was doing what John said. He was staring at Drake.
staring at him again.
He didn't even see how wide open Pitts was.
Staring at him again. Your eyes
I
got
mean,
doggone moved.
That is perfect delay by Kyle Pitts to make sure that those guys don't come up on him. Like that's literally textbook. Look, Cal stay in. He ain't even hit nobody, but still, boom. He did exactly what a tight end supposed to do. And Kirk was staring down the field. And Drake, his eyes never came down to bits. It was too late. Like right here, he should have already recognized that his peripheral should have felt that heat coming. Kyle Pitts got the ball. That's first down. That's the first down right there.
I still say Drake is open, y'all. I'm sorry.
Toddy, there's one
now,
defender.
if he
There's
hadn't
one defender
stared
on
at
the
it,
hash and another defender on the other hash. He throws that the one that's on the other hash close to the top. He is going to jump the hell out of that route. He looking dead at it.
Coach, this is a way easier throw to complete than that first interception he threw.
Nah, it
well,
wasn't.
see, that's the same
I don't
play.
think so.
That's the same play.
I understand it's the same play.
Coach, this is way easier to complete than the interception he threw.
Okay.
Right now he is open. That if that ball is like
the interception,
right here,
it's only double coverage.
Cause see, last time he stared at London so long, Honey Badger got a running start up into the plate. But here he's guessing. Both of them guessing. Look. See, no one is taken off.
Once this safety bit in this direction, okay, now he's open. Let me go back at the start. Watch this safety in his body language. He's gonna bite to something right here.
You saying the ball should have already been out?
Should have been gone.
That's what you're saying, Tidy. Right?
Watch this safety. When this safety bite, I'm throwing this pass. As soon as I see the safety bite to this direction, this ball is gone. Let me go back.
Yeah, I got you.
Watch that safety.
Sure.
He gonna bite to something. As soon as he bite that ball, okay, I'm throwing this ball. Watch him. Whoo, throwing that ball.
Yeah, you see him step to the left.
Yeah, he went at Pitts. That's what happened. He saw.
Yeah, he stepped to the left, and that sometimes that'll kill you.
That ball should be gone right there.
You muted, Larry.
I don't know, man. It looked like he jumped that route. Like that would have been a pick, unless he threw the ball beforehand. I don't think he's open, man.
He's not. He's not open at all.
Kyle Pitts is the play, man. Kyle Pitts is butt naked open. I got to give Zach Robinson some props on that. That he's wide open. Like
on the play design.
Yeah, I got to, man. You got Kyle Pitts butt naked out there with 5 yards to get 3 yards to get the first down.
And he's open. He is open.
He's butt naked open.
He is open.
Well, so I will say this. I will say this, fellas.
Judgment. That's a judgment.
If across the board the coaching doesn't get better across the board, we're going to have a tough season because I'm just thinking back to 2016. I think at this point we were the same, or maybe we had a losing record at this point in 2016.
Well, maybe this is the Chiefs game, brother.
But I just feel like they, there's no explosive plays. It's very mundane plays that defense just tee off on us. Like we don't do anything that make defenses back up and respect us. They just tee off on us all game, every game.
But Coach,
I feel like that's play design.
If we can sit here and watch film and we are seeing guys butt naked open, is like to some extent the coaching is
can't do that about that.
That's player execution at some point.
You're right, Toddy. Okay, so you got this one. How many instances of this do you have in a game every week? Again, it's easy to do this and break down film at the end of the week. Which again, a good coordinator would do, break down film and say, "Hey, Kirk, look at this play. This guy's open. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it again, and this time you hit such and such." But we're not doing that. We it's the same mundane plays over and over and over. That's what I'm saying.
Or is it a combination of mundane plays and poor execution?
Yeah,
that could be true.
Because
that could be possible.
Okay, all right. Now this is my issue now. Kirk Cousins has come in. You paid him $180 million because of his expertise. Is there anyone on the Falcons coaching staff, whether it be TJ Yates, whether it be Robinson or whatever, that can pull Kirk to the side? Look, number one, stop staring at receiver.
Yeah,
okay. Number two, you see where you missed this man right here? You got to make quicker decisions. Then the offensive coordinator himself, hey, why are we not designing quick hitting passing plays? Because I mean, in this particular play right here, if you didn't have to, you got one definite right there if you turn your freaking head. And
he didn't even have to turn his head, John. He was looking in that direction. He just
but
was keyed in. His eyes
he was locked. He was locked.
Yeah, and
that's the thing. Yeah,
right,
I say turn your head.
Apologize for my to Kyle Pitts, because when you see that and you go through for him, we already know he can get disengaged.
Mm-hmm.
If you find more plays like this with Kyle Pitts butt naked like that, not saying that I'm, excusing him not, playing hard.
But you see a different light on it.
But you will see why. It's like, yo, are you ignoring me, bro? I mean, they putting us on the same side for a reason. So your eyes should naturally come down, yo. If Drake is covered, your eyes should
really, that's a clear out for Kyle Pitts.
It really is. Like, that's what, again, just like I said on the play after this, when we're further down, the play was designed. I mean, we took Bijan out, but you see how the corner came up on Bijan?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't do that to Algier. So I look at him. He's like, "Oh, I'm on Bijan." He played. His eyes was over on the other side of the field, but Algiers was in there. You got the exact action you wanted, but you didn't make the right read, because he was zoomed in on Drake here. He was zoomed in on Drake. The following play, and see, Honey Badger retreated this time, but once he saw that Kirk was all zoomed in on him, he said, "F it, I'm gonna jump it and make a play." So look how he retreated. But then go back to the play where he threw the pick, Tidy, and look what the Honey Badger do. Go to the play where he threw the pick.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all another problem that I'm seeing right now with this play in regards to Kirk Cousins. Not only the fact that he, I'll concede. I'll just say only Kyle Pitts was open, but this is a play where my quarterback, he has to step into the pocket.
Yeah, he does. You got to climb the pocket.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He can't just stand back there in one spot.
Right. None of this is on Jake Matthews. The blocking was great on this, but you can't keep just hanging out here on these side streets. You got to go into the main street sometime. Yeah. This called you to get into the main street. Yeah. Watch him. This is like a rookie mistake in a sense, y'all. Watch this.
Yeah, he ran into the set. If he
it's definitely an issue with Kirk. I'm not saying it's not at all.
He would have forced him to look at Kyle Pitts too, because he would have stepped up in the pocket. His eyes would have went down because he don't want to run into a sack, and Kyle Pitts would have popped in his face like a red light.
Well, now I'm looking at that. Okay, looking at that, Jake Matthews did not push his man away. Man swam, got around him. Okay, Kirk Cousins just stepped back. Now to your point, Tidy, he should have stepped up. If he had stepped up into the pocket,
never got tackled.
He wouldn't have gotten sacked. If he had stepped up into the pocket, because it was a perfect pocket. It was a perfect pocket for him to step up into.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. Oh, this is the other view. All right.
Yeah. Climb the pocket. Look. That's not on Jake. Climb the pocket. He ain't there.
Right. You got to get in that pocket. Go ahead and climb that ladder, man.
Because it looks now that's a real
right now. Climb the pocket. Climb the pocket.
But he's been so
you
used
outran
to
your pocket.
standing back there,
That's on him.
just staring in front of him. Look, just oblivious to anything going on
Yeah,
around.
that ain't J. Cole.
I think what happened is this guy that coming late with the stun or the blitz, it shook him. He didn't think his line, and I'm guessing it's this guy here, but I think he don't thought his line was gonna be able to get this guy and have that lane. Watch this.
Boom, good block.
And I don't
Good block.
think Kirk thought that they were gonna be able to make that block. Hence him not getting in this pocket, which he should have did. This is a great line. This is a great job by the offensive line. This is excellent pass blocking.
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
Kirk. That's 100% on Kirk.
Yeah, that sitting up here making biscuit.
Boom,
Get in the
stop.
pocket. Get in the pocket.
Yeah, stop playing with me.
Yeah,
You
you
do
ain't
it find the pocket.
you ain't got
Find
all
the
day,
pocket
Kirk.
there.
Right.
Yeah, he drifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards back. No offensive
And
lineman
see-
can hold that.
And if
drifted
he
5
could
yards back.
run, there was a hole.
Look,
One,
but
two,
yeah, but I'm
three,
just saying, like,
three,
no
four,
offensive
five.
lineman can hold 5
How,
yards.
how
back.
many seconds was it, Tidy?
I got 4.5.
See, man,
Gotta do something.
man. See,
Yeah,
if
4.5.
your line holds over 2.5 seconds, they doing fine. They doing fine. But you sitting back there,
You making an order, and you drifted back into the sack. Yeah, that wasn't on Jake at all.
Nah, that ain't no Jake. Quarterback got to be more decisive.
Somebody said nice, more play action. Yeah, it would if you line him up underneath the center. That's play calling, especially when you run him.
but with
Which
4.5
I have
seconds.
been saying for weeks.
But see, this is the thing. With 4.5 seconds, that's longer than a play action play should take. That's longer than a play action play should take. He should look here. 4.5 seconds. You launched the bomb. You got 4.5 seconds back there. You launched the bomb, and somebody better go down there and get it, because you got plenty of time for your receivers to run their routes. If somebody's going to get deep, 4.5 seconds is way enough time for somebody to get down there.
And at this point, we just discombobulated.
Yeah,
Fumble, sack. We just discombobulated right now. We just need a Hail Mary, literally, figuratively.
That's my point. Why in the world don't we have a Hail Mary package in our route tree? As I'm going to
I don't know. Do you know? And this is not even, again, I wish I knew if it was air yards or if it was yards after catch, but we've only done 5 40-yard passes all season. And like I said earlier, we've only done 33 20-yard passes. But that's not saying if it's air yards or yards after catch. Well, I mean, it's going to be added into yards after catch at least. Yeah, I just wish I knew how many 20+ air yard passes we have completed. We got 540. When I looked yesterday, it was 5 40-yard plus passes.
Right,
and I think number one was Jalen Hurts with 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on. Kyle Pitts with 2 because he had like 250.
I think he got 3 now.
2 or 3. You got 1 for the game winner with Kadar Hodges. And Kadar Hodges was like 42 yards, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only been 5.
All right, and then
and 33 of 20+ yards. But again, like I said, I don't know if that's air yards or catching the ball and running 40 yards.
And the one yesterday with when he was butt naked on the outside, was that 40 yards for against Tampa Bay on 4th down? Was that 40 yards?
No, I think that was 30-some yards. You talking about when Mooney was wide open? Yeah. I think that was 30-some yards. But again, even that wasn't air yards. That was he caught it and ran it probably about 15 yards.
True. So yeah, mostly probably 3 with Kyle Pitts and Hodges after the run, because it was like a 10-yard dig that turned into the touchdown. So you can't even count that one either. That was mostly yak.
Yeah, and think about the great 2016 year. And remember how many 20, 30, 40-yard passes that Matt Ryan was throwing bombs all over the field. And I'm talking air yards. I'm not talking you catch the ball and you run 40 yards. I'm talking 20, 30 air yard passes.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, I see that question. B Lane has a great thing just before that. He said Atlanta is 6-4 and just like 2016. And
Okay.
that game right there is the Eric. What was it? Eric Berry. What was his name? The safety for Kansas City that we lost to.
Yeah, that was Eric Bear because we had two. He had 2 pence against us. I think one on one to the yard.
Yeah, when he single-handedly beat us.
Yeah, he got one that was extra point, won't it? That he ran all the way back.
Conversion, and then he got a pick six. So that might have been that game, guys. We were feeling ourselves. We had Kansas City come in here who wasn't Kansas City yet. You know what I'm saying? Not the one we know now.
Right.
And yeah, that's what it was. So if we really look at it, let's see how we respond. We're going to Denver. Denver is much improved. I'm feeling like my 10-7 originally what I said might be kind of what we're looking at. But let's see what we do after this. Let's see if we learn from our mistakes from a loss. Because we don't learn.
But my question to you, Larry, and to everybody is, do you have faith in the adjustments? Because I don't. I really don't. I haven't seen any adjustments made so far.
I do because for the simple fact it was.
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
I was going to say for the simple fact it was when they made the adjustments in the second half, they got the stops that they needed to win the game.
Yeah.
But, and they've been doing that, and they've been doing that throughout the whole season. I have faith in my offensive coordinator due to the simple fact it is, as you see on this film right here, he gets his people open. Sometimes it's just on the quarterback to make the right decision.
Yes.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. I get the in-game adjustments, but sometimes you should. The issues that I see have been glaring the whole year. When are those adjustments? A lot of our drives are killed because of penalties. When are you going to get your guys together? Hold their feet to the fire about all these penalties. That when are you going to do those type of adjustments? In-game adjustments is easy, but I'd rather not come into the game and get punched in the mouth and then have to go into halftime to make adjustments. I want my team to go into the game already prepared with a game plan that we stick to and that works, or semi works, versus getting punched in the mouth and then having to go halftime, make adjustments, and climb out a hole. That's what I would prefer.
Well, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
Raheem Morris, again, said we came out flat.
And who was that on?
Say what now?
I said, and who's that on?
Oh, that's on the coach. That's on the coaching staff.
Saying.
That's on the players. That's the second time he said we came out flat. And thing is that that's a firing offense for me. That's a firing offense for me. You're supposed to have your team prepared to play.
I'm not talking about firing them right now.
Wait a minute now. My mom only named me John one time there, James.
I gotta call your name several times sometimes, John.
Why? You got my attention at the first call.
For the simple fact that goes back to the conversation we had 3 or 4 weeks ago. I want my coach to admit that he got our coach. He came out flat. So he know he can make the proper adjustment. Yes. Coach ain't gonna be perfect every week, John. You put in a plateau of a coach has to be perfect every week.
No. That's not perfection.
Your words are putting it on a plateau of that, John.
No,
John. He came out flat. John. He came out flat. At the end of the day, I'm glad he said that, because even with him, he knows he has to make that adjustment within himself first and with his team. I want him to say stuff. I want him to say stuff like that because you got some coach. But listen to him. You got some coaches that won't even say that
Dan
at
Quinn
all.
won't admit it. He'll say, "We play hard, we play fast. That's the way we do it. No looking back, knowing you did the wrong thing." Just like you said, like, come on, man. I would rather have a little humility. Just make sure you fix it. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah, but saying that is one thing. What are you doing? What is he doing about it? I have been saying for weeks, our team is looking lackadaisical as F during the game, which is why we're getting outrageous amount of penalties. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up and compare our penalties this year to last year, and just look it up because we basically have the same, only the same people on the offensive line and everywhere on the offense that we had last year. So
now let me say what I'm going to say about we came out flat. There are other things you can say. Okay, we stunk. We did not tackle well. We did not execute well. We didn't do this, and we are going to be working extra hard this week to get this corrected. But to come out and say we came out flat, we know. See, the thing is, you preaching to the choir. You preaching to the choir. But if you just like when Jim Morrow in his famous quotes when he was coaching Indianapolis, we didn't do diddly poo, we stunk. How in the world do you expect to win a game by doing this or doing that? I don't understand it. We are going to have to get better. We got to get better. But to come out and just say, well, we came out flat and we couldn't get anything going and all that. We already know that. You know, my thing is, to Coach's point, this makes how many games? I think it's 2 games that he said we came out flat in. And which was the other one? It was the Seattle game. The Seattle game. We came out flat. All right. Here you are, and the crazy part about it, your fans got down there a day early, marching, taking over traps, running folk out of traps.
John, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday?
I saw videos of Falcon fans, not like it was once, one time for the fan and the Rise Up tour got that. Down there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw videos of them on Thursday with their own beatbox and a gang of Falcon fans down there. Not with banners and umbrellas and stuff like that, but they was already down there on Thursday.
Yeah.
I saw videos on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Sunday night too, because they went right back down there. Like, what? We lost, so what?
Yeah, now, hey, and that's all you got left.
Yeah, shout out to the fans having more energy than the team.
And yeah, that's all you got left. What? So we lost. No. My thing about admitting that, and then my other saying that I can't stand, we got out coached. Now he did say we got outplayed. He said that too. We got outplayed. Why, coach? How did your team get outplayed? Why was your team getting outplayed? You didn't prepare them. They were not ready to play. Okay, so and James, to your point, there's no way that you can be perfect, but you can be prepared.
Absolutely.
That's my thing. Don't be perfect. Be prepared.
I understand that, but even in preparation, you can still fall short.
True. But the way that we looked out there that first half, was that a falling short? Because it looked like we beat ourselves once again. New Orleans, in my opinion, and especially after what Tidy brought out last night about what that defense did to New Orleans in the second half.
5 or 6.
5 out of 6 3-and-outs. They didn't score but 3 points the whole second half.
Exactly. The defense was magnificent, man.
I mean, what more could you ask out of and see, the thing is, I have to temper my criticisms of Lake, because even though it didn't look pretty, when you look at the numbers, we shut them down. We shut them down. And the offense was not able to capitalize on it. And see, that's the side of the ball that I have the problem with.
Yeah. So I just looked it up. We have doubled our penalties. The same guys, we have doubled our penalties. Last year we averaged, and I knew last year we didn't. We were very good with penalties. Last year we averaged 3 penalties per game. Right now we're at 5.9 penalties per game, with Newsel getting 6, Lindstrom getting 5, Matthews getting 4, Bergeron getting 4. Ray, Drake, Judon, and Kyle Pitts all have 3. Then it's a bunch of 2s and 1s. But we have doubled our penalty, which it, it happened yesterday. They're just drive killers, man. And to me, that screams lack of that. That's a lack of discipline.
See, but the thing is, because what you got to understand is you got to see what scheme we was coming from last year to a scheme that we was coming into this year. You got more drop back passes. You doubling in drop back passes than anything else in this whole 9. You coming from a running hold on. You coming from a running team that's going to have less penalties due to the simple fact they running the ball more and more and more often. Desmond Ritter didn't really pass the ball like that last year because we were scared for every pass he threw.
Okay, so with that being said, it's gonna double when it comes to the penalties and everything like that of that nature due to us dropping back more, because we trying to become more of a passing team. Even though we should be balanced and run the ball more and everything, we should and passing, but they trying to become more of a passing team. So I could see why the penalties and stuff is like that. And unless you've been struggling for the last 2 years on holding penalties. Okay, so let me say this. I'm gonna quote the great Toddy Jones. Players make plays. I don't want to hear nothing about we playing, we passing more, none of that.
But
players make plays. They are pro NFL players that I'm not going with that.
I understand that, but at the same time, big dog, if players make plays, players make mistakes too. So I'm just not put them on a plateau that they need to be making more plays, because some games they ain't gonna do it.
I can understand some games, bro, but it's every game. It has been. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a lack of discipline on this team?
Hold on, but if they are making, if the players got to make more plays, why are we 6-4 now? Last year we won that. So they making more plays and they doing what they have to do in the penalties. They can be drive killers all day, but for the last month and a half, what we been doing? We ain't seen 30 points in a while. Correct?
Do you believe that is a lack of discipline?
Before Kirk came, how often we seen 30 points, Tighter?
Rarely ever.
Rarely ever.
I don't care.
But hold on. You using I'm using your logic. Using your logic. Okay, we got more 30-point games than we had last year for one. Okay. Do we have more stability on offense now?
Yeah, easily.
So is they making plays or they being lackadaisical at that point?
They making plays. Yesterday wasn't the case, but other than that, they've been making a lot of plays on offense.
All right, then I rest my case. I'm finna go on mute.
Okay, so like I was asking, does anybody see? Is it just me? Am I tripping, or does it show? Does this team have a lack of discipline? I don't. I just don't. Maybe it could be me. I'll say when I'm wrong, but to me, it looks like a lack of discipline. I'm not trying to hear none about how many more pass plays we do. You're in the NFL, like cool. You can't say that it's okay for these guys to make penalties, players mess up this, that, and the third, and then jump on cool when he missed field goals. Players mess up, like you just said. So which one is it?
See the thing is, you're moving the goalpost.
I ain't
Moving the
moving
goalpost.
nothing. I'm not
You
moving
move.
nothing. Not
See,
at
look,
all.
you trying to kick the ball like cool, and it's going far right. So he's trying to move the goalpost at that point. You see, the thing is, at the end of the day, bro, with cool, we've been having issues with that with cool. The thing is, like I say, that first game when he missed on field goals, I wasn't too mad. But though in that block kick yesterday, I wasn't too particularly mad about because that was on the line at that point. That was on the line. They should never let them get through. But with that being said, at hand, cool when it comes to critical situations, it's like his mind blank. And he know he's a clutch kicker. He just got to get himself back in tune in it. So with that being said, that's not moving the goalpost, coach. That's just being honest. When you have more passing plays than your team originally have, penalties gonna occur one way or another. The NFL gonna call how they gonna call at the end of the day, but they still been doing their job at the end of the day. And we 6-4 and we 4-1 on top of the division. So with that being said, that lets me know they're making more plays than they making mistakes. Because last year, what we was at last year at this point?
Dead.
All right, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. If you okay with it, bro, I'm okay with it too. But I'm not trying to hear. I'm not trying to hear that it's okay for Lindstrom to make mistake after mistake after mistake every game, and then in the same breath say Cool been missing field goals for a certain amount of time. To me, it's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing.
It's supposed to be the same thing. Lynch's been catching smoke too. Lynch's been
Well,
catching smoke he been catching most smoke because he's a 2-time Pro Bowler, bro.
yeah.
He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, so you know he's gonna be on that plateau. Why is he holding? Why is he doing this? He's supposed to be doing the job right. But I got to reflect my mind and say, hey, they ain't gonna be perfect all game. They're gonna make a mistake here and there. In football, as you know, if you make a mistake, you just move on, go to the next play. And when they've been
Absolutely.
moving on, and when been moving on, going to the next play, they've been doing their job for me. Because for
All
the
right.
simple fact is,
Well,
I never seen more. No. Like I said, I never seen more 30-point games out the Falcons in the last 6 years than I'm seeing this year.
okay, we'll revisit this at the end of the year. Just put a pin in that.
And we will revisit it.
All right, y'all. And real quick, y'all, we got Uncle Steve in the building, so we want to welcome him in.
Where is it? Where is it?
He should be up. Steve, you still here?
Oh, I'm definitely here. I know John Harris is 80. I'd correct that. He's not 82. He's 83. So
my bad, Uncle Steve.
No, that's what year car I got.
I need you to respect that man's age.
My bad, Uncle Steve. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good, brother. Sometimes
he don't need no help from the likes of you.
One of the and Tidy, I appreciate you. I'm gonna tell you honestly and truly. I did end up going on, but I found myself looking over to my left because I saw this panel, and somebody said it real cool. Said this is the panel that I look for. My brother Coach in the house, old big head John without that TV in the back of his head. Larry doing his thing as he always is. My brother, I don't see your face in there, but I hear you all the time on here with the fellas. And Tidy running the show. Awesome content today, fellas. That I just want to start with that.
Thank you.
I do want to say one of the things I love about Coach is that I have always gotten the perspective of somebody not only who knows the game in and out, and somebody who's going to tell you what to expect, what not to expect. I don't have the luxury of doing that because I'm a fan. And my fandom is telling me, Dre, dang it, we 6-4, man.
And I get it.
You know, and it's telling me that in 2023, when Tidy was saying Ritter was the best, we didn't do it. In 2022, when John was telling us Mariota was the best and we weren't doing it. In 2021, when Larry was saying, please keep Matt Ryan, we weren't doing it back then. So I'm just sitting here
Yeah,
trying to
yeah, Larry. That's
that
revisionist history here.
I am so very disappointed at yesterday. Who needs to exhale, start over again? But folks, the same pass they're giving him should be the same pass that they're giving Justin Tucker in Baltimore for missing a lot of key field goals this year as well. The defense, we made 2 horrific plays on those long passes. Folks, aside of that, the defense did a really good job yesterday, contrary to belief, and the defense actually held them to a field goal. Check the games, folks. We've done that quite a bit this year. So I'm saying that not to correct anybody, not to overtalk anybody, and not to say I'm right and I'm wrong. But folks, I'm hungry. I'm hungry for a win. I'm hungry for a playoff game. We haven't had one in the bins yet. I just want us to get to that point. As Dre said, we can't be complacent. We got to be better. We got to call them out when they're not doing right. But at the same time, as a fan, y'all, I gotta look big picture than losing to the Saints. Losing to the Saints hurts as a fan, but I'm looking big picture. I want to play in deep January.
And Uncle Steve, real quick to piggyback off what you said, that is the only thing that I come in here week in, week out, and you know, I get so much flack because you know I'm so critical of my team, but I love this team. I want to see us finally win a Super Bowl, and I feel like if the issues that I've been pointing out for weeks aren't corrected, we're not going to even sniff the Super Bowl. That's all I want. Like, I understand the joy and the happiness that, you know, everybody feels that we're 6-4. But if people believe that this team, in my opinion, as we stand right now, are able to go into deep into the playoffs, I just don't see it. And I want to see it, and I want to cheer, and I want to say we finally got a Super Bowl and stop hearing 28-3 from Aints fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see it. So my heavy criticism comes straight from the love that I have for this team, and I'm not okay with just wins. Like, that, to me, there's a way you win and there's wins. And I just want our winning to be better. That's all.
And there's no criticism. There's no criticism of that at all. And again,
at all.
I give you credit for calling that out because, look, you know as well as I lean on you for more stuff like that than I lean on a lot of people. Look, everybody, we laughed day after day and week after week when John used to have that 10-inch TV and tried to show us some film review about what the Falcons were doing back in 2019 and 20 and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody else was saying, dude, what are you talking about? But John is looking at plays. He's trying to break this thing down for the amateurs. So when Coach comes on, he's trying to break it down for amateurs. But I also listen to my man James Holloway down there. James is saying, look, fellas, I know Lindstrom might not have had the greatest game. I know who didn't eat his Wheaties last night. I know we made some mistakes in the defense. We looked like we were blocking for Scott MVS going into the end zone more than we were checking him going into the end zone. That was like he had a whole. I mean, give Derek Carr his due. What a nice pass into the end zone to MVS. But I got to look big picture now. Let the Saints have their Super Bowl, which it was. Those fans yesterday, they were ecstatic over that one win.
And I hate losing to them, bro. Oh my God.
I hate it. But you know what I do? You know what I do know about this, Dre? We leaving the stadium still 2.5 games up in the NFC South. They leaving the stadium knowing that they looking for Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward to come in as their quarterback next year. I gotta look big picture going forward.
Yeah, great wisdom. I can't do it. I literally can't do it. I don't know what it is in me. I can't.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Lisa Shepard. Shout out to Lisa Shepard with those great comments.
I ain't hear Larry
mean,
say
Larry-
nothing. Why Larry so quiet?
Can barely hear you, Larry.
Oh,
What,
you
Larry,
can't.
Larry, why are you trying to act like you're on the quiet storm? This ain't 10 o'clock. Isley Brothers ain't playing this early, man. I know it's dark outside, but come on, bro. Make it say that again. It's by
Well, first of all, I had a microphone right in front of me. But
I'm from
I
the
would
Florida.
say,
My name is Larry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the comments
One more Larry, Joe.
that Lisa said off the sound, though, you should not come in flat against your rival.
True.
I know you're a new coach, but you've been in this rivalry before. You've been in this division before. You know how much the Falcons versus the Saints rivalry is. You should never come in flat. So that right there is when I say, okay, coach, I'm right there with you on that. Now, I feel like that we got a rookie offensive coordinator, rookie defensive coordinator, and rookie special teams coach. And all of them are learning on the job. And that's what it is, guys. But as we're going over this film study, we are seeing that Kirk Cousins isn't seeing the field, or he's zooming in, you know what I'm saying, locked in, tunnel vision on Drake. We're noticing that. So we all been hard on Pitts. If we really tear down the film and we see more issues like this, then that kind of and we got to be like more multiple. We can't just run the same plays because I mean they're looking at it. That's why Honey Badger got that interception. It's the exact same play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he jumped it. So I mean, it's a lot
That's what I mean by mundane, Larry. That's exactly what I mean.
I want to see what we do in Denver because my belief is we learn from our mistakes from losses. We have not learned from one mistake from a victory yet. We just put it up in the win column, and I just feel that way, guys. That's how I feel that we don't learn from wins. We learn from losses. That has been our big turnaround adjustment or something like that. First game, we didn't run under center once. What happened the next game? We ran some play action under center. You know what I'm saying? We beat Philly. So we learn from losses. We take a hard look at the film through losses. I feel like we just glance over, hey, we won. Who the F is next? And we move on to the next game plan. We don't really go through the weeds on what we messed up and what that team did not capitalize on or what meat we left on the bones. Go ahead, Steve.
Somebody swear Steve in, because if you don't, ain't no telling what he's gonna say. Somebody go ahead and swear him in.
You and Larry, you know you're another one. I respect the mess out of you, brother, and you know that. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. The games we have lost in the last couple of years, granted, we had a different signal caller and offensive coordinator calling those games. We didn't close games, nor did we have what it takes to close a lot of games. Think about it. We've only had one game this year that didn't have a panic button at the end of it. When you start talking about what we didn't, you say what we haven't learned from wins. Wins, the end of every win we've had this year has given this team offensively and defensively the confidence to know that we can finish any game. And quite honestly, we can play with any team. Kansas City is gonna be a beast again this year. Pittsburgh is gonna be a beast. Philadelphia is gonna be a beast this year. And quite honestly, contrary to belief, I know we swept them. Tampa Bay is not a slouch team. So we played some pretty good teams this year. And when you win those close games, when you know what to do in clutch situations, yesterday it didn't happen. It didn't. But it sure happened in Philly. It sure happened in Tampa twice. It sure happened part one against the Saints. So I do agree. I agree there's a lot of room to learn things. But to say we haven't learned anything from our losses, from our wins, I just kind of have to disagree with that. If that was the case, then last year when Dez went 2-0 and we were ready to crown us last year, how come we didn't build on that? This year,
No, I'm not. Go ahead, finish.
no, I'm
I'll
sorry.
retort.
Go ahead.
No,
Larry.
no. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about this coaching staff alone. I'm talking about not establishing the run at first, making it hard on yourself. Our first 2 possessions of the game was literally 1, 2, 3, go, get out. 1, 2, 3. We had 6 plays ran in the dang on first quarter. That's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. We don't learn from victories, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the totality of the season, saying that we learn how to win close games. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not understanding that you got 2 workers. The 10th game of the season, not understanding you got 2 workhorses in the backfield and not leaning on those guys to establish. We trying to set up the run with the pass when we're a running team. This roster is a running team, and yet we are in the pistol trying to establish the pass to set up the run in the first quarter of the game. That's lunacy. It's literally lunacy. And we're adjusting, you know what I'm saying, the second half to pick up the win. I feel like we're putting ourselves in, we're basically putting ourselves in a disadvantage, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. Now, if the coverage on how they're playing us dictates, hey, let's take advantage of that, then okay, that's another thing. We can talk about that. But I feel like when we win, it's high fives, good job. And we're not looking in the weeds like, why was it that close? Now, I love that we got some, you know what I'm saying, some gumption to actually come back and finish the drill. But I'm not going to compare Arthur Smith's regime to Coach Raheem, because it's totally different. This personnel is to run the ball. We've been building this team for 3 years to run the ball. Now we have an offensive coordinator that's trying to, you know, pistol it. And I feel like the strength of this team is to run the ball. Bijan Robinson is arguably the best 1, 2, 3 running back, depending if you ask him, a Falcon fan, a Baltimore fan, or Eagle fan. And while we are,
but you can't invest
yeah,
$40 million in your quarterback, Larry. You can't invest almost $20 million in your wide receiver, Larry, and still say I'm going to lean on Bijan and Tyler Algier for the whole season. I hear what you're saying. I think at the core, we run the ball very well, no doubt. But I do feel like there is a point where we do if you remember the first 2 games, they were criticized for not spreading the ball out. Kirk Cousins was criticized for not getting the ball. Matter of fact, for the first 7 quarters of the season, Kirk Cousins was getting criticized that, oh, what a horrible pick. Oh, what a horrible. I hear what you're saying when this team was built. But, okay, you can't go back. You can't talk both sides now, because that was a part of a team that Arthur Smith was starting to build. Bijan was here with Arthur.
Yeah.
We drafted Bijan with Arthur.
Yep.
So now this year, you can't say, I'm not talking about last year. Well,
no. I'm saying the roster build. I'm not saying don't talk about. What I'm saying is don't talk.
The very first thing you said is I'm not talking about.
I'm not talking about the tendencies of one coach compared to the tendencies of another. The roster is the roster. You can't get around that. We got 4-3 defensive personnel trying to run the 3-4. It's the exact same thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
The defense is a different story. But you literally started you still
Yeah.
literally started the rebuttal with, I'm not talking about Arthur Smith. Guess what? Arthur
Yeah, I'm
Smith
not
brought
talking-
in Bijan Robinson. Arthur Smith brought in Tyler
Yeah.
Algier. So the same running game that you're talking about is basically the guys he brought in. So it's kind of hard not to mention him when you start talking about going forward. Now, what Terry and the guys came and said, listen, guys, I think it's pretty obvious that we have a nice running game, but we still need to balance that out with getting the ball downfield. So you go out and get Kirk. So you go out and get Mooney.
Yeah.
And you get somebody who can get the ball down the field. I really do hear what you're saying, but yeah, I would love to establish the run. I would love to have the guys between Bijan and Tyler get 150 to 200 a game, but maybe every game doesn't.
I'm not talking about no 100, 250.
No, I'm not even talking. Okay, let me take the yards out. Take the yards out. Take the stats out. I'm not even talking about stats. But control the game with the run game.
Yeah, I'm
control the
game.
game.
Healthy balance. We're getting better at it. We're getting better at it.
Yeah.
We're getting better at it. You know, but
but am I saying? But did I'm kind of hearing you saying you would like to have the game be controlled by the running game? You just trying to make sure I'm hearing you right. That would kind of sound like you were saying.
I feel like we want to establish the pass more than a run initially. I feel like if you want the run game to be effective and the passing game to be effective, it's kind of like what the Saints did to us at the beginning. They literally was running with Alvin Kamara. That's why he got those play action passes down the field. We suck in, they throw over the top. I think we got a lot of big play opportunity that we leave meat on the bones because of that. We try to go to it later.
For the Saints in the second half, though, right?
Yeah, because they didn't adjust. So again, I came in here and said I love our second half adjustments. Our in game adjustments are awesome. If anybody listened to me before, I've always said that. Our in game. I'm talking about game plan going towards when Tampa Bay. I mean, the most egregious wasn't this last weekend with Tampa Bay. You see all those players hurt. Now we see that, Baker Mayfield is going to play like a bulldog. He's going to make plays. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He looked more like Oklahoma than Cleveland. So, it's just a personal preference. That's all. I mean, after going to get, I understand what you're talking about, going to get Kirk, and we spend the money on that. We go out and get all these other wide receivers. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I think when I always say about we got a rookie OC, we got a rookie defense coordinator and rookie special teams coach.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are learning on the job. That's why we got veteran players. But again, when I say the roster is the roster, that's what it is. But we did make the additions, like you said. I would still like to lean on Bijan because Bijan is pretty much top 3, or if you want to see number 1 running back, you can. That's a weapon that most teams don't have.
Agreed.
And when you have a weapon like that, you can dictate to the defense what they're going to cover. Just like we showed the play when it was an interception. When Bijan wasn't in there, they didn't even look at Algiers. And my eyes was focused on Algiers that whole time, because when you don't have Bijan in, they're not really looking at Algiers like that. So he should have 1-on-1 out there. And Kirk was focused in on Drake so much that he missed Kyle Pitts underneath. And we saw it on another place. He missed Kyle Pitts on underneath. He threw in the triple coverage. Honey Badger jumped it. Great play by the safety. But again, and that's just a separate, you know what I'm saying? That's a player decision. That ain't got nothing to do with the coaching. That's a player decision. I want to get that out there too, because I wanted to run the ball. But once you run that play, Kirk got to execute it right. Like, I personally wanted to run the ball because we were acting like we were trying to grind the clock out. I guess it was like 5 minutes and something like that. We were taking a long time to get out of huddles. We was purposely trying to run the clock down. So when we throw a pass like that, it just like irked me. But
Because you got to complete them. If you're gonna do that, you got to complete the pass.
and I
You're gonna
understand why he threw it,
clock.
because he want to get closer to make sure, you know what I'm saying, the whole situation with Koo and missing kicks and stuff like that. I understand the logic behind trying to throw it, but once you choose to throw it like that, Kirk has to understand, you know what I'm saying, where he need to go, his keys, especially if he see him holding his arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you still throw that when he holding his arm? So
He
yeah,
admitted he was aggressive.
Yeah.
He admitted in the press conference he got
Yeah.
aggressive on that. And,
Yeah. I mean, he went to his guy.
Mhm.
Drake has been a top 3 receiver this year. You know what I'm saying? Top 3, top 5 receiver in catching balls in traffic. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? So I like that he trusts his guy. He just went to the wrong guy in the wrong coverage. He did. You know what? I'm really interested to see what we do against Denver, man. This is going to be a tough matchup, man. This is a very good defense we're going against, and it could be snowing out there. Dome team in the snow. Sean Payton, know he want to get at the Falcons.
Larry, one quick thing, Larry. Not to cut you off. My apologies.
Oh, my bad. No, it's your show.
No. You said something that I wholeheartedly agree with. You said keeping Bijan involved, which I do agree with. I do agree when you got Bijan in the game, he can do so much compared to anybody else you put back. That Tyler Algier, of course, and to continue to give him his carries. Now this is my only thing. And Larry, you know, we already talked about this before. I think we talked about it on here before and also on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think some of the reluctancy is they want to try to preserve him. You look at a guy like Christian McCaffrey, who every 2 years seems like he missed a whole year, missed like half the year. I think they try to be a little cautious with Bijan. You don't want to, to overwork him. So what do you think a fair trade-off on that goes? Because I agree with you, man. When Bijan get the ball, like it, and not saying that bad about Tyler Algier, but Bijan just gives you so much more on the field.
I think with Bijan, got that old school mentality, like give me the ball more and I'm gonna get you more. Because you can see it like when we talked about when Bijan was on the sideline pouting. You know what I'm saying? Like the 1 or 2 game when Algier took it right down the field. It kind of reminiscent of when they were doing the whole Huntley and Algier thing when he took them right down the field. I forget what game it was.
Cleveland.
But he went right down the field. We scored. We saw Bijan pouting. It's just like as a dominant running back, you want to get the touches that you can so you can affect the game. You know what I'm saying? If you seeing things either pass catching or running, you know what I'm saying? And when I really look at it, and I'm partial to Algiers too, but I see it in Bijan. I think Bijan, like when we drafted him, I was always saying, hey man, he need 21 to 24 rushes a game. But that's what he got in college. That's how he got the whole, hey, I can be a workhorse, you know what I'm saying? And I can also catch the passes, you know what I'm saying? But I do agree with you. Maybe they are trying to save him because they see what's happening to Christian McCaffrey. And they see that he's definitely the best weapon on their team. I just feel like if you really want to lean into it, because I think it'll make Kirk better. I mean, we all know he's an excellent play action quarterback. And with Speedy, both our wide receivers run great routes, So it would definitely benefit, and Ray in the slot, it would definitely benefit the offense. In my opinion, I mean, hey, I don't get paid for doing it. I'm sitting on this couch, you know what I'm saying, with a whole bunch of bobbles behind me. But I just feel like if you're going to feature him, if you're going to talk about him as Christian McCaffrey, this, that, and the third, he younger. He got young man bones running. We'll talk about that in the offseason. I need to see it, bro. That's the weapon that no one in the league can really contain. That's our really only thing that's really like super elite on this team is Bijan, his versatility. It's hard to check that when football right now, they don't even worry about the running backs right now. So when you got a dominant one like a Saquon, like a Derrick Henry, like a Bijan, you got to take advantage of it. Well, that's it. Other than that, man, the passing game, especially the second half adjustments for offense and defense, for the most part, have been great.
Tidy,
just coming into the game. Yeah, but yeah, Tidy, I want them to. I want to work for it personally. I know today's football ain't like that. So,
well, I want to go back to what you were saying, Tidy, and it makes a lot of sense. People are asking the same question in Baltimore, and when you talk about the use of Derrick Henry, and we see him kind of sporadically playing. When you say, shouldn't he be in there a little bit more during this part of the game? And I'm focusing back to the Falcons. Could we be premature as a coaching staff to go into that philosophy of, well, let's not burn out Bijan too early. We 3.5. Not 3. We 2.5 up on Tampa. You don't want to kill them right now because, boy, in January, that's going to be a tough brother to stop. And Lord knows if we end up in the turf, in the dome, in the bins, that's going to be a tough character to put down. So are we guilty of looking a little bit, when I say guilty, I'm talking about the Falcons, guilty of not doing kind of what Larry was talking about and using your bell cow a little bit like you should be? Because you're right, Larry, he was the best player on the team yesterday on the field by far.
Easily.
By far. So I agree with you. But secretly in the back of your mind, you almost have to say it's only 7 games left. And I'm not saying we coasting in. We're 3rd seed right now as it stands, but you can't lie as a organization to say, man, I sure don't want to burn him out and don't want him to be at optimal level when we get to January at the end. When you brought that up, it just, Tidy, when you brought that up, it just made me think about Derrick Henry and what they're doing in Baltimore. Yeah. We might be trying to do the same thing here. I don't know.
I would hope not, considering Derrick Henry is a vet. He's probably like the T.O. running back, though, with his keeping his body in shape and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand. And you have Lamar Jackson, who's, a dynamic runner himself. So you lose it from traditional wise in the double threat of, I do play action. I got to worry about Derrick Henry, but dang it, I got to worry about Lamar Jackson. What do I do? So yeah, I hope they're not, trying to save him, the young man like that, especially if you got Algiers. It don't make no sense, because if you were doing that, Tidy, you would give Algiers more of the straight split. You see what I'm saying? If you really trying to save him, I just think it's natural for Zach Robinson. He's been with the Rams. They really ain't had no running back like that. You know what I'm saying? Robinson is a more receiving running back. They, what I'm saying, his mind is, man, I want to use him like McCaffrey. But he might want to be like, hold up, I don't want him to get beat up. So there might be some of that that's true, Tidy. I just feel like a great running back need those carries, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows you're not going to run 5 yards a pop every time. You're going to pop a 10-yard, a 2-yard, a 7-yard, a 15-yard. You know what I'm saying? And then you might bust open a 30-yard or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The great running backs do. You know what I'm saying? But it's a grind. So to get a rhythm of the game and the rhythm of how the defense is playing you know what I'm saying, and establish to that defense, we here and we running it down your throat. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Saints did to us. They opened up their passing game. You know what I'm saying? Guys that are nobody You know, well, Scantling ain't a nobody, but I mean, he dropped a lot of balls, so you know what I mean. And it's just like guys got open because we respected that run so much that we had to sink in. Bates and Justin Simmons' eyes was in the backfield. That's why they were going over the top on us. You know, so I don't know. And also, man, a lot of people getting on Jimmy Lake. I think he's running those bubble coverages because he know we can't get home. He know we can't get home, and we send 5 if we can't get home. Steve, you seen it. You at the game. We'll send 5 or 6, and we can't get home. What is he supposed to do? All right, let me just make sure they can get
against 5 linemen and we can't get
exactly. And let me make sure that these guys stay in front of them and make them drive 8-10-yard drive. But once they get in that red zone, all right, let's go. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Come on. What? Come on, play. But again, we can get upset. That's why I don't really get upset at it as much now, because I'm looking at it, man. When I said, hey, we might need to cut Grady to get that $12 million back so we can outbid somebody. Everybody screamed down my neck.
No, sir.
And guess what? We wouldn't have Justin Simmons if it wasn't for him. So, I mean, I personally like Justin Simmons first because we saw what happened. Richard Gant came in there. He was out for a game. It was barbecue chicken, bro. Like, schematically, yesterday was caused because of Alvin Kamara, in my opinion. The safety was out of position because they were sucking up, had their eyes in the backfield to make sure, because we weren't getting the penetration. We weren't getting in those gaps. You know what I'm saying? So the linebacker can feel and make those plays, you know what I'm saying, and get up in the hole. So that's my only little parlay defense of Jimmy Lake and his soft coverage, you know what I'm saying, Tampa 2, cover 3 shell, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, that you see at times. Because when he sent 5 and leave guys out there, and we sent 5 and have guys 7 yards off the wide receivers, we're giving up the entire middle field. We're giving up the quick slant, and we always get it, and they get the first down. So,
I mean, you have to go because you have a front 7 that's not. Your front 7 is not effective because they're playing out of position. I've been saying this since the summer. Everyone in that front 7 is playing out of position. The only one that's played a 3-4 meaningfully is Judon. Like, everybody's playing out of position, so you have to play soft. You got to protect the back end. I much rather give you 7, 8, 10 yards here than give you a touchdown. And like that goes along with Jimmy Lake's stubbornness, though, because you just like you said earlier, Larry. Just like you said earlier, you said this team was built the last 3-4 years. This team was built to run the ball. In that same 3-4 year span, this team was built to play a 4-3, and that's what's wrong. It's not rocket science, but it is, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Winston, the same 75% of the personnel on this defense is the same that was playing with Ryan Nielsen, and we were producing a pass rush.
In a 4-3?
Well,
in the fourth, that's my point. You're right. It's the same personnel. We were talking about the improve. Remember how we all were getting hyped about, dude, look what Edward Keddy was doing last year with the 6 sacks. Look what Harrison, the promise of him. Look at all that. And we did all of that, Larry. And we changed the scheme. And what are we doing right now? Applauding somebody for 2 sacks. Grady Jarrett can be replaced at this moment. And that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to Grady. But we can use that $12 million, re-sign Justin Simmons, and go get somebody else to come in here and help rush this team. Right now, we don't have time to. When you're a winning team, you don't have time to wax poetic about how many sacks he got against Tom 2016 or 17, whatever.
Yeah.
You got to move forward.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just for clarity, y'all, real quick. If we cut or release Grady, pre-June or post-June next year, it actually goes to $16.25 million that we say. So about $16.5 million.
Oh, that's a wrap. That's an even question.
And the cap
I'll
is
put
only
you in the
about
ring
$4
of honor
million and
about 5
change.
years. I put you in the ring of honor about 5 years. But yeah. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Grady.
Now, one thing I got to say at this juncture, and it's going back to the conversation about preserving or possibly preserving or having a theory of preserving or having a strategy of preserving a running back. Do you know how you best preserve a running back that you gonna use all the time?
Huh.
You put a fullback in front of it.
Bingo.
You put a fullback in front of him. Have him take the lick. Offensive lineman take out defensive lineman. Fullback take out linebacker. By that time, you wide open. Going to town. Okay? When year before last, when we were running out of the pistol, running out of the eye, you had a fullback on the roster. You had a fullback back there, knocking people out the way. He wasn't the best fullback, but he was taking most of the punishment, and your halfback was getting tackled by corners, safeties, folk way down the field. Okay, these dummies, and I got to call this offensive step. These dummies not having a fullback on this roster to pound is just unconscionable to me. I'm looking up there at Baltimore. Even Derrick Henry got a fullback in front of him. The biggest man in football got a fullback in front of him, blocking for him.
And Frisco.
And then out in San Francisco, even though you do have a Christian McCaffrey out there, you got a fullback there. Yeah, I don't mean fill the roster full of fullbacks. Get me one. Get me two. They know what the assignment is. They know Ironhead Haywood. They named him Ironhead for a reason. Son, your job is to hit the wall first. Okay? That's your job. You hit the wall.
And his son is just as good at him, just on the defensive side.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And the thing is, halfback or running back's career is shortened by virtue of the fact if your offensive lineman doesn't get that block, because all during the time after Shanahan left, look, the way that our offensive line was, the man was stepping over dead roaches in order to even make a yard going downfield. Because I mean, your offensive lineman laying on the ground, I mean, just the arms up, I mean, just dead. Now, I mean, it's just unconscionable to me that we don't have that, and we call ourselves a power running game. And I go back to what we talked about when we first started the film session about that goal, those 4 downs at the goal line. Those 4 downs at the goal line. I mean, it looked like an old Bugs Bunny cartoon. You couldn't block anybody. They knocking your offensive lineman back, and the poor old running back, he having a try to slam in there, and big stinky McFatty grabbing your doggone running back and just ate him up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I wanted Coach to hang around here because he was talking about the comparison of penalties from one year on another subject. But I looked up who was really leading the league in penalties and just how bad we were in comparison. The team that's leading the league in penalties right now is Baltimore Ravens with 80. We only have 59. You only have 59 penalties. And sometimes if you ain't cheating or getting caught, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I saw.
I would
And-
agree to a certain extent, John, but the only problem is the timing of some of these penalties for a team that needs a clean. We always talk about, and I apologize, I'm gonna let you get back. For a team that always talks about, we need as much as we can on first down. We need as much as we can on first and second down to make it a manageable third down. How many times yesterday did we kick ourselves in the foot with a hole? Did we kick ourselves? We went from what could have been 2nd and 3 to 1st and 20 again, just to do that. I hear you when you're talking about scrappy play. You're right. The Baltimores of the world. I'd be willing to bet you Pittsburgh probably up there too, as far as toughness and getting those penalties. But I'm not a proponent right now of the penalties because I think we can't afford to start behind the 8 ball. We gotta get that extra 5 yards. Bijan was falling into 5 yards yesterday, literally falling through the line and getting 5 yards. Nothing more aggravating to see him fall for 5 yards and see a yellow flag come in.
Yeah, that is frustrating.
Yeah, and I would go so far as to say is if you had a fullback, it would cut down on some of your offensive linemen holding penalties, because see, a lot of times these jokers they see that they know nobody's back there but the running back, and they'll go grab at somebody because they know he done got to lose. I got to stop him some type of doggone way to keep him from either tearing my quarterback up or stopping my running back from getting started. So, but I go.
No, go. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
And so there's a little bit too that I did mention this earlier about all of these young coordinators. Who has the sweat equity? Who has the wherewithal? Who has the panache to say anything to Kirk Cousins about him messing up? Who got it?
Actually,
who got it? Now,
I guess TJ Yates. I guess.
And see, I heard that.
Yes.
But TJ Yates, I would shoot. Measuring careers. TJ Yates falls far short of saying anything to anybody about anything. Now, he could have talked to Ritter. He definitely could have talked to Ritter.
Yeah, that's like Dan Orlowski.
I could have talked to Ritter.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah. Ritter, yeah. But
guys, we're gonna see Ritter with the Raiders, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve, get the sounder ready.
Oh, I'm ready for it, brother. Already.
Because when he throws some cookies, I want to hear. I love that.
And see, and he's forced once again into a bad situation with a bad coaching staff and a bad team.
You got Brock Bowers though.
Yeah,
that'll make anybody look good. Ask Carson Beck.
And
Larry was making that same point that you were making about the coordinators, and you kind of come up to a good. That's actually a really good point, John, because I know being a veteran guy like Kirk Cousins is, he's gonna probably respect Zach Robinson, but yeah, you don't have the acumen probably to. You know what I mean? Kirk, you see Kirk do one of these numbers right here, and you know good and well, here come out. You know what? Let's do this. And that is something to think about. I was thinking about Larry before you made that comment, John, when Larry was talking about letting these young coordinators kind of get their footing and get what they need to get. You got to have the respect of the quarterback. Say what you want about Tom Brady and Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel with Tom Brady was magic. It was garbage away from each other, but for Josh McDaniels, but together it was magic. I don't think a veteran quarterback would have been successful here with Arthur Smith at the time.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
He's doing much better with Russell Wilson.
You know why?
You know why?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin. Yeah. You know
True.
And also with Justin Fields too. They threw them together, and he had no choice. He had no choice because see what did Mike Tomlin say? Well, son, our job is to coach people. Because you remember Mike, he said that he could. Tidy wasn't at Wolverton when you interviewed him. He said he could not stand Justin Fields. He said he couldn't stand Justin Fields. But guess what? The big hand of fate bust him in the back of the head and said the only way that you are going to continue to work in the National Football League is to go work with Mike Tomlin. And guess who Mike Tomlin went and got? The man you hated. So now you got to work with it. Now and then same thing with wow man, my memory's just going. But thing is that Russell Wilson has always been a pretty good quarterback. Okay, he's always been a pretty good quarterback. And the thing is that I saw throws that he made. It was kind of like the YouTube throws where he would put a bucket over a tall wall and just drop passes in it from the other side. Just lob and drop them. Yesterday, man, look here. Those passes that he was throwing, they were dropping right in the breadbasket. Now, I'm not sure that he even respects Arthur Smith as a coordinator, but because of the influence of Mike Tomlin being the head coach and the type of ship Mike Tomlin runs, there's not going to be too much of back talking or disrespect or low rating that's going to go on under Mike Tomlin's watch. I'm just going to say that. But right now, I'm really thinking that we should have hired some seasoned offensive and defensive coordinators, and these two that you have up under them, these two that you have in charge right now, should have been up under them. Then when they get hired out from under us, they possibly could take over, possibly, if they've been seasoned enough. Because it's just like, you don't put a person, even though it's about to happen again, that's never been president before in the office of president. Okay, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. You've never been in that situation before. See, Zach Robinson has never been where you're in charge. And the adage always is, it's only 1 inch between the assistant's chair and the head coaching chair. But that's the biggest 1 inch that you're ever going to run into, because now you're in charge of it. And the same thing about a position coach versus a coordinator. And see, this person, Zach Robinson, looking at his background, this man was a after the game reporter or after the game consultant or something. What is your football background?
He drew up the game plan.
Yeah, he worked for PFF at one point. Let me say this. Let me give a I guess a counter perspective to these points we're talking about right now. Zach Robinson, first time play caller. I'll serve as his counsel in this context right now. I'll say your honor. Granted, my client is a first time play caller, your honor. But in his first 10 games, your honor, the Atlanta Falcons have a top 5 offense overall, your honor. I also say, your honor, my client, he brought this offense balance, your honor. You know, we are currently 12th in rushing in the NFL. We're one of the most proficient rushing teams in the league. As a team, your honor, we average 4.6 yards per carry as a team, your honor. We're also top 5 in passing, your honor. You know, so yeah, granted, it's his first time, but look what we've done. You mean to tell me you bring one of these old pass around coaches in here, they're gonna do very much better than a top 5 offense, your honor? Also, your honor, I want to make this point. These Falcons fans are talking about first-time coordinators. So let's go to the last time they had a seasoned coordinator on defense with Arthur Smith. This guy was so terrible at his job, your honor. I don't even recall his name. But he had been in the league for 50 years, your honor, and they stayed at the bottom of the league in defense every year that they had that joker in here. They did not start making grounds, your honor, on defense until you brought another first-time defensive coordinator in here who happened to leave when the old coaching staff left, and now you got another guy in here also. So I would present that, your honor, to the jury as my case.
Move to strike.
Your Honor, may I treat the witness as a hostile witness?
Move. Yes. Can I move to strike? Because I have one simple
We're the
question
number
that I
one
want to ask.
rushing defense, and
Witness.
Bijan is averaging 17 carries a game. How much better would we be if we averaged 24 per game?
That's a lot of carries, though, Larry. It
Man.
don't sound like it, but
He is as Big Low would say, he is a young Thundercat.
Larry,
young Thundercat.
Let me
Shout out to Big Low.
Let me give you the big number. 24 is the little number. In all my life of working in sales, they always told us give the little number, don't get a big number, because it's a psychology thing. So I'm gonna go in reverse. I'm gonna give you the big number because you gave me the little number. That's 408 carries per season. 408.
Ooh, that's headed into doggone man, that's Jamal Anderson.
All right. I don't want Jamal Anderson. All right, fine.
That's Jamal Anderson.
Guess what? Let me retract. Let me walk that back because we got more games now. So that ain't fair. We got more games now.
That's very much true. But you have to consider that too now.
All right, whatever, man. Here, young Thundercat.
Like
I'm standing by.
280 carries and 70 to 100 targets. Someone that like touches wise.
Then give Algier some more carries.
Like 70 should be like his target.
How many you broke up, Winston? Say that again.
His target touches should be about 370. Somewhere between like 350, 380 to like 370. Should be like his
I need 400 touches.
His target needs, not because at the same time you still got Algier. And even though he is young, even though Bijan is young, you don't want to burn him out. I don't want him to be burnt out getting through the regular season, and then when it comes postseason, he's a non-factor. Even though we do have
I was talking about earlier.
But Bijan just brings a different dynamic. When he's in, anything can happen. Anything can happen at any given time. Now, don't get me wrong, like Algier can go bust you in the head for a 40-yard.
Exactly.
But like that's pretty much like his ceiling. Like 45 yards, he gonna get tackled somewhere along the line. But Bijan got that breakaway. He got that possibility of taking it to the house. anywhere on
That
the field.
jump cut is beautiful. That jump cut is LT like. That jump cut he do, he see in the hole and he set him up and he jump cut and busts outside without breaking stride. Like you can't teach that. That's just God given ability. I don't know. Maybe I just want to.
You just want to see more.
When you put it like that, Tidy, I can
That's the
see.
fan.
I can see, but
But
man,
you're not wrong, Larry. Because I mean, I know why you think how you think because you see him on the field and he puts so much stress and strain on the defense that good things are normally going to happen when you're on the field. I know what you're saying. I see it too. Don't get me wrong. I see it too.
especially what they did. They actually, Zach Robinson, I got to give him props. They ran the fake screen and threw it over to Mooney. And if he would have hit Mooney in stride, it would have been a touchdown. Steve, you know exactly what play I'm talking about, don't you? He faked the screen. Mooney went out. The safety and the corner bid on it. Well, the corner on him bid. The safety definitely bid.
Yes.
He was wide open and had to stop for the ball to get it. It was a first down. But if he hit him in stride, that's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
So I give him props on that. Excellent.
And
I hear the music.
I want to talk about. I'm sorry. I know you're getting ready to break it. I did. So when you talk about that load management, my only thing is, just buyer beware, because again, we want to save our guy some wear and tear. I don't mind the 18, the 15, the 20 carries, but when you start getting about 24 carries over the touches, like I would give Bijan yesterday 20 carries. Did it seem like he carried the ball a lot yesterday? Not really.
Yeah,
not really. He carried it 20 times. I'll take that. I don't want to get him worn down. What was the young kid from the Texans a few years ago? And he had about close to 400 carries, and he lasted about 1 or 2 more years. Went to the Cardinals afterwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. I know
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
led the league about
in touches. Yeah,
in touches about 6-7 years ago.
Was that Arian Foster?
Arian Foster.
Arian Foster. That's exactly what it was. Yep.
And see how long it took us to remember him? That dude led the league in rushing. But what they didn't tell you was he also led the league at about 400 plus carries in a 16-game season. And after that, he was really never the same.
Okay, that's fair.
You got it. So just something to think about. I know his age; he can handle a little bit. That's all.
That was it. They took him and ran the mole off his face over in Houston.
and then I'll add one more component to it, I guess. With him being a top 8 draft pick, you know, I'm sure the Falcons foresee him, you know, being at least a 2 contract guy here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I guess they want to make the most wisest decision with their investment because he's a special talent, man. And you can see now, you know, this is his 5th consecutive game with at least 100 all-purpose yards. I think his 2nd consecutive game with 140 plus all-purpose yards. You can see now that he's starting to find his groove. He's starting to really get comfortable with the speed of the game, his role within the offense, and you can see the arrogance starting to come out too, and not in a bad way, but just like, yeah, I'm a real top 10 running back. Yeah, I'm that dude. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm that dude. All right, but with that said, y'all, I'm gonna get us out of here, man, so we can go check out the Monday night game. We'll go around the horn, as they say, you know, let everybody know where they can find you, what's your shows and what's your social media. We'll start with you, John.
Hey, John, you got on mute. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I stepped on something. I'm one half of the. What are you doing down there? I'm one half of the show called The Eye Test. Me and that gentleman down on the, well, it looks like left-hand corner down there, Mr. Winston Thornton, we do this soiree. Well, is that, wait a minute.
It's kind of tricky with these cameras.
Yeah,
there we go.
Always go the opposite.
Opposite
I
way.
like it. Always go the opposite.
Oh, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Well, he's
Yeah.
right below you. It's
Yeah.
always the opposite. So I know that Dion right here is behind me. So that's my key. So if I
I
want to
got
point at
Oh,
somebody on that, I'm
that
pointing
is.
at John right now. See?
Yeah.
Larry got mile markers in the house. I know Dion back there.
Yeah.
But every Wednesday night, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Wednesday night. Best late night show beside the Waffle House in football. We do it every Wednesday night. We get together and we talk about the bane of our existence, the Atlanta Falcons, and we're gonna sprinkle a little Hawks talk in there because those bums are playing now. But we invite everybody to come on in. I appreciate Tidy. You let me come in and play in the yard for a while, and I'm glad you were able to squeeze Steve in. You know, I hadn't seen him in a minute. He's on day shift. And,
He was just getting off the jet. We was
yeah.
just getting off the jet.
I drove home yesterday for the record.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well,
they sent that tweet to you and not Big Low.
And I'm just glad he all right, because I know what he does every time he gets around New Orleans folk. It's dangerous activity.
Oh, good.
It's dangerous activity in town or out of town. So just glad to make sure that he got back straight. And good to see my boy Winston and you too, Larry. And hey man, you guys just continue to do as you normally do. And just continue to bring it out. Just continue to bring it out.
So you, Larry.
All right. I want to say a special thanks to all the vets. Appreciate y'all. Salute. Appreciate you guys and all you guys did for us to sit up here and talk about some Falcons and Hawks and all that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. My name's Larry, one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife, Sean's the other half. We do live commentary for you guys for all our favorite sports teams in town. So, I mean, it ain't tech, but it'll be the Bulldogs, Falcons. I don't do the United because I don't know anything about soccer. But congratulations to them for advancing. No, we will not be doing play calling for that. I'd be like, look at this guy kick the ball. That's it.
They beat Messi.
Yeah, exactly.
Messi, man.
They beat soccer Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. And hopefully they bring us another title, because it seemed like them and the Braves are the only one that want to muster it up. But yeah, if you guys want to listen to some different commentary besides the national people, then come on over to the Dixon Way. Turn down your TV, turn up the Dixon Way. We'll try to paint the picture as best we can, while also being entertaining, interacting with the chat and stuff like that. So come check us out, man. It's right there, my name right there, yeah. Dixon Way. Thank
Awesome.
you, Tom. Appreciate you.
Sir.
When I am not at Walgreens picking up some late night Geritol for John Harris, I am on the Monday Minutia doing my thing here for all of you out there on Uncle Steve's Lounge. You can catch me on YouTube or catch me on Facebook. I am usually in there. Proud member of Atlanta Bird Gang. Proud to be able to go to these away games and share my experiences coming back with you all. I appreciate you, Tidy. I appreciate you, man. Lending me the vine. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute since me.
It's been a while, man. Yeah.
It like we used to do it quite a bit. And then all of a sudden you got big on me, man. And so I'm like, hey, I'm just like, I was talking to Terry the other day, and he was like, dude, man, what happened to you and Tidy? I was like, I don't know, man. So I appreciate you.
I'm Tito. He Michael. Just so y'all know, I'm Tito. He Michael. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead, MJ.
I'm Randy.
And John, ever since John got retired, I haven't been able to catch up with him. But he's right. I switched shifts, so I'm not able to do as much. I don't have as much flexibility as I used to. But every time I get in, it's just awesome to see all of you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tidy. Appreciate you, buddy.
Sir.
Well, Winston, Tyler, man, thank you for having us on tonight, man. It's a blessing. Pleasure as always. Salute to the facts. Man. None of this would be possible without the groundwork y'all laid down. So thank y'all. To everybody on the panel, man, it's been a pleasure all night. Well, me and John, the guy up there in the middle. You can catch us. You can catch us Wednesday night, 10 p.m. The Eye Test on YouTube and the Eye Test Facebook group. Catch us in Stroll in the Park and Atlanta Bird Game on Facebook and YouTube too. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Falcon Talk. Started on Falcon. Yeah, the Hawks. Ain't no telling where the conversation gonna go, but you can enjoy the ride. And last but not least, shout out to my fiance, Juliana Carter. I just got engaged last night.
Hey,
All
Congratulations, man.
Hold on. Let me pause some fireworks.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations to you
Ah.
both, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, brother.
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
Guess she finally put some glue in that fly trap, eh?
Really good.
Yeah, they used to tell me don't eat the cornbread.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
There you go. There you go.
I thought all I had to do was stay away from the spaghetti.
Oh no. It's spaghetti, cornbread, collard green, all them. All them.
Yeah, I'm gonna order takeout. Don't worry about it.
Too late. But
I
hey, man, congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to echo that, man. Congratulations to yourself and also your fiance as well, Winston, man. Wish you guys nothing but the best and the ultimate blessings. Thank you for coming on today. Thanks to old man Uncle Steve, Arthur Blank's next door neighbor, for coming in. I'm sure they're gonna probably be playing pickleball sometime this week.
They got Tidy seat there. Tidy got his own thing embroidered on the seat. He just not showing y'all.
Yeah, right. I wish. Also, appreciate you coming through as always, John. Also, Larry as well. Appreciate you always coming through. And Coach and also James for coming on. And everybody in the panel as well. It was great. Make sure that you subscribe to everybody's channel on the panel. Gentlemen, have a blessed week. And let's go to Denver and do our thing. We out of here.
Yes.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Go on now.